That is what I'm talking about.
Damn.
All right, lots to discuss. Let's crack right on. 3, 2, 1, run the intro. Alright guys, and welcome to Dope Check episode number 56. We have a big episode for you guys today. We're well into the Major 3 qualifiers at this point. There's so many storylines, not just going into the World Championship, but also the Major that is ahead. One big name team falling off, potentially others joining them in due course as well. And for the show today, a pretty surprise roster change hitting the timeline straight away after a difficult weekend for the Ravens. Things are moving behind the scenes. Big changes are still afoot. We've got a lot to talk about today, gentlemen. It is good to be back. Don, how's it going? Big sesh at the gym today, bigger one coming in tomorrow. It's good to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be here for another Monday. And, you know, I just want to have a good show like always, man. Talk Kyle with the bros. Yes, sir.
Oh, we're so back. Listen,
We're so back.
listen, we got a lot to talk about. Respectfully, we got to talk about the matches that happened over the weekend, some new roster changes, some more that might come in. ROKKR kind of, you know, replacing Paul with Kenny, but still same results, but still, like, I don't know why I've still got faith in this team. But same results, same pain. Kenny's actually piecing, so it can't be a Kenny thing. So we gotta talk about that. But it's an absolute pleasure to be back on another fine Monday, like Don said, talking COD with the bros. And we get to roast a lot of people, so you know we're so back.
We're gonna be roasting today, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out Prize Picks as well, supporting the show. If you want to get involved, use code Breaking Point, claim $50 on your first $5 pick. Let's get right involved, gentlemen, because it's all going on. I actually wanted to start here, Don, because I saw this clip doing the rounds. Temp is frying for Fisher versus CSUN up 2-1. What's going on? Is he coming back? Is he coming back?
next year I'll play it for sure. The CCL thing, I can't really talk. Like it was a mess. Our player couldn't play. I didn't even realize like it wasn't like very explained well. Like this was our last like series until like the next game. So like the College CoD season is like done already. I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. It is kind of fun playing these matches, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely playing next year. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Hell yeah, good to see him back on the server.
You look like you're shooting better than some of these cats that are in the league right now, Don.
Bro, my shot is insane. I just don't know. Like on this game, I literally don't play the game unless like I play a match. You know what I'm saying? Which is obviously awful to like say. I'm just keeping it 100. Like our team, like no College CoD scrims or no College CoD team scrim. Sorry, that was hard to say.
Yeah.
So it's not like we like practiced or anything. I just pulled up to the matches, so like my shot's gross. I just don't know like all the spawns and like how to break, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know the little stuff, but yeah, my shot's gross for sure.
Hell yeah. Okay, someone's shot who was not gross the last couple of days. It was Reese Vivid. We're just going to do it now because it's happened pretty much live on the show. I mean, my bad. Okay, man, this situation is kind of confusing. I guess we'll start from the top. So the last couple of days we had a big game, and okay, I've got the Heretics page up here, but let's just go to the Ravens, right? Because it was a talking point after the major. I mean, look, you were there, Trey. I was there. He's going to get his food. It's all good. Yeah, fine. And there was talk about potentially a team change coming through for the Ravens after the event itself in Dallas. They tried to make it happen, we're pretty sure. They tried to bring in Kenny to the team instead of Vivid. They couldn't make it happen. Ravens didn't want to pay the buyout. We roasted them at length on the show, and for good reason. But whenever that happens, it's only a matter of time. And yesterday, I mean, what I find kind of remarkable about this is this was literally less than 24 hours ago. They got reverse swept by the Surge, and it was a rough way to lose because game one, obviously to go up 2-0 on Surge is hard enough, and then to lose the game three, get absolutely clapped on the game four. And Vivid especially had like a horrific end to the series. I think like it was maybe inevitable, but I still am a little bit surprised they're doing it right now. But Vivid went 12 and 28 on the map 4, and then the map 5 he had 1 kill. So it wasn't the best end to the series. They got reverse swept, and it's one of those moments that you would think would be important, but you might think that they would at least give it until the major. But no, they've pulled the trigger today, and Vivid is officially gone. I think it's confusing in the first... I wouldn't say it's confusing, but like Vivid on this team in the flex role never made that much sense anyway. Obviously, there's a load of angles to this to talk about here, given the fact that Vivid's getting dropped again, and maybe it's not necessarily his fault. But in the one game where the movement is crazy and you'd think that Vivid would be best served on an SMG, he was running the AR the whole year for Ravens. And they've had some still decent success, but they're at a point where it's worth taking a risk because their world championship situation is not under threat. But yeah, surprising, guys, to have it done like in this way, Don. I mean, I'm just kind of mind blown that it's happened literally right now as we're doing the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like awkward, but I mean, I said this on the last show. I've known Slasher since I was legitimately 13 years old. I'm 25 now. I know how he is as a person. He's like a fierce competitor, and I've also teamed with him for like 20 something of. I know how he looks when he's like fed up. Like he looked like the way
you
he
did say it the other day, actually.
Yeah, I said it the last show. The way he looked at his webcam. In his webcam, these past few matches is the way he looked when I teamed with him in World War II. And then he left us and joined Rise and then won like 3 events. So I could see like he thinks that his team, like something's got to change. And I would assume he's probably even more fed up with multiple things. Like, I don't think he's happy with just getting, I don't like, he's a very realistic and aware person. He's a champion, right? He's probably
he's playing good too. Like he's actually been cooking this year.
Good. He's playing good, bro. Like him and Tej, like I think Gwen is gross. Like I was supposed to play with Gwen when before he got picked up to the league, then he got picked up. Gwen is gross, but Gwen, the main factor is Gwen needs to play to his potential. I got him on my fantasy team, and he was my second overall pick, and he was getting slammed. So like realistically, going forward, Gwen and I mean, we're assuming they're picking up Dillon Wrecks. They're both going to need to play good. I mean, TJ, holy fuck, bro. Like, if TJ was doing this shit on my team, I might be a fucking multi-time champion. Like,
what happened to TJ, Don? Like, because he was actually, he looked like he was washed up for a couple of years, and now he's back.
Yeah, LASIK. He got LASIK.
Oh, of course, that's what it was.
He got LASIK, and he couldn't fucking see anything. Now his fucking vision is healed, and he's shooting like he's fucking 14 years old at UMG Orlando. Like, Slasher's 30, he's shooting. Like Gwen needs to play better, and obviously their new pickup needs to play good. Because this team is a good team. Like this team has impressed me because going into this year, I would not have thought this team would be this good. They're a solid team. I think it's all up to their young players to play good. If they're vets, the vets should not be the best players on the team. Like Slasher and T should not be their best players when it matters. Like that's just not how it should be if they want to actually win. And I think they know that. I think Slasher knows. I think they both know that. So that's my thoughts on that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit shaky. You know how we said, "Oh, that team's chalk now," and then they come out and
they came out and looked pretty good. I was like, "Oh no!"
I said, "Oh no, I'm about to be wrong." I said, I'm about to be wrong.
Ah, we're never wrong.
And then they go 2-0 up, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm going to have to sit on the show and be like, hey, this team's got it back. They're good. Bang.
Bang.
Sweet. We ain't never wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're back. We're back. Listen, I like this team, but it's like we said before, when we see... Every time you saw this team play, I never really saw Vivid. He
was actually very anonymous this year,
yeah. Yeah, he went ghost, and I'm not saying he went ghost on the map. I'm just saying like you never really spoke about him. He never done any like clutches. He was just doing the thing, but like it wasn't good enough, obviously. And like Don says, when you look at Slasher, I haven't teamed with Slasher, but when you know I've looked at Slasher when he's pissed off and when he's asked me about who he should pick up and stuff like that, like because he's still gonna drop someone. He just has that look about him where he's not happy. And he's ready to start swinging to get a change on this team. It seems a bit crazy that it just looks like they've dropped Vivid without any practice, and then gone and picked someone else up. But that's just the harsh reality of the league. Even though they're like fourth in the standings, they're pretty much going to make champs. They're still not happy. And that's what. Go on.
I do. Whenever you're done, I have a comment to say. So just let me know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It don't matter where they are in the league. We've seen it multiple times where we've let a team just carry on, and then last moment go make a change. They're in a pretty good position where they're going to try and get better, and that's what they're trying to do now with Dillon Wrecks, who is supposedly going to join the team. And guess what? If it don't work out, they've got time to make another change if need be. And now Vivid's on the market. You're going to look at some other teams. Now, Vivid's not the best player in the world, but he could probably make a team better, especially like you said, Rab, if he's running a sub. So, wherever he lands, if he lands, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I feel like there's a few teams he can make better. So, yeah, go on, though.
I just wanted to counter the points that you guys said, they look decent, and just tell you how. Because I'm telling you, I know Austin like this. I know him. If you look at the stats from when they play the two teams they lost to, from Austin's point of view, they beat. Y'all said they look good. They beat LAG, which, come on now, those guys are fucking awful. Then they beat ROKKR, which ROKKR is a good team, but they might be the biggest breakers in the league right now. Well, I'll save my comments on them.
Oh God.
They literally win Game 5 every series. We'll talk about them later. But they beat the biggest breakers in the league right now, and then they beat LAG, which is hogwash. They might be worse than Falcons.
Right now they are.
The two teams they lost to, Reese has a 0.7, and he his stats are legitimately horrendous. So if you look at it from that point of view, Austin's dude, whenever we play anyone that can shoot back, this guy is just I'm not saying it's only Austin, but he's obviously the captain of the team, Fucking I'm looking at it, 0.74 versus this is only versus Surgeon FaZe, 0.74, 62.06 Slayer rating. Yeah, you just can't play that bad versus competition. You know what I'm saying? What you do versus LAG and ROKKR, you guys are a top team in the league. You're supposed to win those series, so that's just their mindset, and it's harsh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being realistic that you look at that type of stuff when you're trying to get over a hump. You're looking damn, every time we play FaZe, this guy is getting cut. You look at stuff like that, So that just is what it is.
I mean, Vivid said it himself in his tweet that he did, been playing some of my worst COD recently, so it was expected, kind of similar to the Kenny tweet, really.
I mean, I think he's set up from the beginning, bro. Why we got Vivid on an AR?
He did get set up. The thing is, I don't agree with the fact that he got done dirty, because I think this is the right move. But also, I do think it's just kind of unfortunate.
You've also got to realize too that he's done it to himself by agreeing to it. So there's
Yeah, but I'm just because I was in Challengers, Reese. This is just me being I think Reese, I have respect for him. He's never said nothing bad about me. I love Reese. He's a great guy. In Challengers last year, he didn't do it. I honestly don't know how he got this opportunity is what I'm trying to say. Yes, he agreed to run an AR. I don't know the thought process behind this opportunity. I mean, it worked out kind of. They got top 4, right? But in Challengers last year, Reese didn't play well. My team got 8th at Challengers Champs. They didn't even make it. We 3-0'd them in the online qualify. They didn't even make it to Challengers Champs. You know what I'm saying? And then he got picked up. And then before that, he was going through a mental thing or whatever and didn't even play. He didn't even play the elite before that. So from my point of view, it was damn, Reese got picked up. He didn't even play the elite, and then he didn't even make Challengers Champs, and then he's in the league again. And then in the league again, running in the AR, and then they drop. You know what I'm saying? It was just I don't really understand what was going on.
I think that comes with pro tax as well, ex pro tax.
What does that mean?
Being an ex pro, being a already established CDO player, pro player, in Challengers. Okay. You get that tax. You get that tax of you still got someone could still pick you up because you was a pro before.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
SP Boys says Gwyn and Vivid should have swapped roles. They tried it, no?
Yeah, that's what y'all said.
Yeah.
They said, yeah.
Yeah, they tried it. They tried it for a day. It didn't work. We got $2 from Viper saying this is who OpTic should have gotten over Skies.
I want to know if he means Vivid or if he means Dillon
They
Wrecks.
would have
Rex.
meant Dillon Wrecks. Yeah,
I guess he means Dillon Wrecks, yeah. I mean, OpTic Vivid would be a timeline for sure. I don't know. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say this is a little point to talk about. You know, a little bit. You can bring it up as well. The controversial Puckett or whatever people.
Yeah,
saying
it was
him.
interesting that.
Now,
I do
now
have
listen,
to tweet.
We're gonna bring that up just because.
Here it is.
You know, it's kind of being brought to light right now with the whole Reese Vivid thing and TJ going, "Ah, we good over here." Listen, we know it ain't good. You don't have to lie to us. And people getting upset about Puckett just directly asking a question because he's sick of his beating around the bush. Listen, you guys have got to decide what you want. Do you want personalities and do you want some interesting content and everything like that, or do you want just straight robotic AI bullshit? Because listen, Puckett ain't here for that. Puckett's been around since Black Ops 2 days and even before that, and you guys want him to just go, well, what happened with this? Nah, he just went straight to the point and it left TJ stumped.
Yeah.
And that's the best bit about it, because we know what's going on, they know what's going on, and TJ didn't even know what the fuck was going on. He just had to answer in the most, and that will determine. Listen, Don, that will determine who's been PR trained and who hasn't.
Yeah.
But that's just life of being a professional athlete, Sometimes you get asked the hard questions. That's what that's my opinion. Obviously, players they might disagree.
Yeah, TJ got put in a tough spot, but like Puckett is esports Hall of Famer, bro. Puckett can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Like what? I think it was a fair question, like, and TJ handled it correctly. Like that's it.
It was fine for both sides.
I saw people complain about it. TJ has one or two things to do. Nah, we good over here, or. Yeah, we tried. It failed. Now we're getting piss slammed.
Yeah, what do you want him to say?
You got two ways of going about it. You either force your organization's hand. Yeah, we tried it. We got piss slammed. Like we now we're just getting tucked because it didn't work out. Or
probably gonna drop him this week if we get slammed tomorrow. So.
Everything's blessed. We told him he's got one more series of playing like shit, and then he's gone. So it's whatever, really. That's what you should have said, Don. That might lit the fire.
Yeah, the fire might have been lit. You see the fire's lit by the way on his tweet. He said he's gonna have to hit a reset and he's gonna lock in on what I know I have
he's
to
gonna
do.
He's
gonna lock in. Vivid.
That's what Vivid said.
He's locking in.
Now, Don, obviously you've just joined the show, so I've got a little gimmick going on right now. It's been going on for a few years, but the classic to when a pro gets dropped is, gotta lock in, the fire's been lit, I'm ready to get back to it. And my thing is, motherfucker, what do you mean your fire's been lit? You're on a professional team and that shit should have been done. What do you mean fire? So listen, when a player gets dropped now, it's oh, my fire's been lit now. Like, don't let me back in the league or it's fucking over for the ops.
I mean, Trey, do you think Vivid is like, because if you look at Vivid's career, the last few years, he has been dropped from every team he's been on pretty much, right? Like,
Vivid's like the only person I can see that gets on another team next year, though.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to be back.
Because, listen, it's not like he's been... listen, like I said, to me, it feels like he's been ghosting the matches. Like, I've never heard of anyone say Vivid's name this year. Like, in a match or anything like that. But they got top 4. They're 4th in the standings. Clearly, he's been a pretty decent puzzle... a piece of the puzzle on where they're at right now. So I think he gets another spot. He's not like one of these people that's been dropped and joined every single team. I just think it will just dwindle down on like teams and stuff like that. I just see him, just being... I don't see anyone going like, we need Vivid now. It's more like, oh, Vivid's available. Let's, we'll grab him.
He can do a job, Dom, but like, it's just tough for... He's just had so many... He's had so many spots, and they've none of them are worked out, and it's kind of getting past the point where I can say, he's being hoed. I mean, lots of teams that have dropped him have not necessarily got any better, but like he always finds himself in position to get dropped. I mean, the worst one was in Cold War when he was by far LEG's best player. He went to Ricky and Bevels and was like, "Our team's shit. We want to make a change," and then they dropped him. Like, that's at least how the story goes, but. He just seems to find himself in these positions. Maybe it's like a bit of a political game. Maybe it's a bit of a friendship game that Vivid doesn't have quite nailed down. But there's players that are less talented than Vivid that have kept their spots better than he have. I'll say that.
Talent doesn't always relate to performance. His performance is shaky. I'm just being like realistic. I think that I can't see what team will pick him up. Maybe Boston because he teamed with Awakening before or something. But like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like he has to play in challengers and play good in challengers. His performance has been too shaky in my opinion. Like, there's so many players in challengers that like that make more sense to pick up in my opinion. But you know, what do I know?
I mean, listen. He's another one of these players that's been on half the league teams. He's been on 6 CDO teams since the CDO's been around.
So who? As I'm saying, so who else?
It is one a year. Yeah, he's been on half the teams. Like, assuming Boston don't want him back, the options are pretty limited. I mean,
He's been on LAG.
He's played for
been on LAG, Dallas.
Played for ROKKR now.
Mutiny,
Played for ROKKR
Breach,
last year.
ROKKR, Ravens.
He could maybe get on Falcons if like someone's getting super cooked.
Even then, I don't, like, who's putting Vivid back on an AR? Like, they, especially in the new movement games, there's no way Vivid should be on an AR. And if it didn't work with the role swap, then like, it's just funny because typically Vivid's been in the league because he's a sub, and it's difficult to find good subs. So people say, Nero, Vivid, like, you know, these are good guys to get because they got upside. But it doesn't really well about this game.
He's also had the best accuracy in the league for like 5 years straight.
Is that not the most fraudulent stat of all time, though?
Bro, that's got to be. Yeah, he can shoot, Dom, but like, you've got the best. You got the best accuracy in the league. What do you mean you're on a 0.7?
Because, I mean, bro, the accurate. I mean, you just on land, especially pre-fire, wall bang, like all type of shit. Like, you just shooting sometimes.
I remember Gunless. I used to watch his POV in World War II. Gunless, you know, like, how many times do you think you've been killed in COD when you stopped shooting the guy? You thought you killed him. You turned away and then it kills you. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That happens all the time. I used to watch Gunless in World War II. Every gunfight, he would shoot 2 more bullets than he thought he needed just to make sure every time. And I know that hurt his accuracy. Like, his accuracy stats would have been down that game. But it doesn't matter because he's got a 1.1. So, you know, like those extra 2 bullets don't... You just reload, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, there was nothing worse than you see watching your teammate spectate him 1v1 S&D and he stopped shooting. I said stop shooting him, he should be dead.
Right, it's the last guy. It's the last guy.
What do you mean he should be dead? What are you trying to do here? What, you weren't savouring bullets for next round. Get the guy. Yeah, a little fadeaway.
Yeah. No, but it's definitely interesting. I think there's definitely like a bit of a political thing here, it's like you said, Don, because obviously the circumstances haven't worked in his favor, but also, you know, there's just certain friendships and things in the league that obviously Vivid hasn't probably worked out the best. It's like last year on ROKKR, I thought maybe that was his chance to have a bit more of a stable team, and he ends up getting dropped. And they got no better for making the change. But I think this team probably should get better making this change this time around.
Yeah, I think they will.
My thing is, and I've always said this, and it will always piss me off to this day, and it's happened a few times this year already. You tried making a change. You told Vivid he was getting dropped because you were going to pick up Kenny. It doesn't go through. You've still got to drop him. You have to. You've already told the motherfucker he's gone, so he already knows in the back of his mind that he don't want to, like, you know, he don't want to play with you guys because you don't want to play with him. It's chalked from there. There's no, that's like your girlfriend breaking up with you because she don't like you no more and she comes back a week later. I'm bad now, man. Like, I'm good. We're good over here. Nah, you gotta get him gone. And that's no disrespect to him, bro. But you started off this, you're going into a new major 3. Get as much practice as you can with the new player that you were gonna get. All right, Kenny didn't work out. All right, go for Rex then. Go get your practice in. Go play the matches with him, and you know, get all the practice you can for the major for the LAN. Oh.
No, you're right. I think that's what got me as well. Is that look, Dillon Wrecks. There's been other top players in challenges that have been worthy of note lately. Rex has definitely been one who's been cooking. So I think he's earned the opportunity now into the league. He had maybe an opportunity or a couple to come in last year, and he's now, it looks like it's going to be happening this time. Maybe we've got a tweet I can just bring up real quick on that one. Looks like, according to Ronnie, they're looking at Rex. But I think with the Rex angle, there was even maybe another couple of teams that could have considered it. Obviously, we know what Falcons have done. But again, on some level, I think Ravens are, I wouldn't say lucky exactly, but I think Ravens felt that if they don't make this move now, someone else might go get Rex, because another team like Falcons, even though they probably wouldn't do it, or even a team like OpTic, right? Obviously, we'll get into them. If they decide they've got to try something different, maybe to find some other talent out there, it could have been something to consider in the same way that it with Ghosty a couple of years ago. So I think they've felt the need to pull the trigger now for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because I think they need to make a change. But secondly, because if you don't go and target one of the number one talents now, you might not get a second chance. But yeah, looks like Dillon Wrecks is going to be the man. I think maybe I can even find a couple of stats here to come through. But we were saying, Don, that Wrecks could have been in the league last year, but it never happened.
Yeah. Pretty sure he got offered to like fill in for Lamar whenever Lamar was like going through some personal stuff. And he just said no. So I think last year playing against him, he was definitely really, really good. Like he to me had a good. I haven't played against him this year, and I haven't heard much about him this year. But apparently, he's been doing good recently. I feel like his style, certain styles, when I play against these guys in challengers, I feel like camping on an AR is really good in challengers, in American challengers at least, just fucking not moving half the time. Whereas I feel like as a pro, you kind of got to move, regardless of the game. So I feel like Rex, especially like last year, he had a play style that I respected. Like I thought, like, all right, like this guy, like if he came in the league, he could probably do what he's doing in challengers in the league. I wouldn't say that for like most of the other people, honestly, but like I said, I haven't seen much about him in this game. If he plays like how he did last year in challengers in this game, he'll make an impact on this team, and yeah, people will be talking about him all around the league. So we'll see.
Any thoughts, Trey? Because I'm not going to lie, this team on paper is pretty damn talented now. Like, it was nice with Vivid, but it never made much sense. I think on some level, the Vivid AR, it was always destined to fail, but I think because they were like better than people thought, maybe, because Slash has been good, Tej has been like revitalized, and Gwyn is like, I mean, an absolute monster online. You then put Dillon Wrecks, who's, I mean, if he could replicate what a guy like Super has done, some of these other challengers guys that have come in and made an impact over the last, few months, if he can do something like that, I mean, the ceiling of talent on this team is right up there. Like, they're obviously fourth in the standing, maybe they're fifth now in the standings, but they're up there for a reason this year. And if Rex can replicate some of his stuff in challenges, I also feel like it's kind of a nice team to come into because it's like a competent core, right, Trey? Like, it's not like you're joining Gentlemates where
It is.
It's just a chalked team and you've got to try and solve it.
It is. My main issue with this team, and it's always been the issue this whole year, it doesn't matter what 4 you get, you're playing fake gameplay because Gwyn online is so fucking good. And then when he goes to LAN, he's good, but he ain't Gwyn online. And that's my biggest issue with this. It's like fake gameplay because Gwyn's popping these incredible 2 pieces and 3 pieces. And I'm not saying he's not talented enough to do it. He is, clearly. Online CoD, it is what you make it, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like you're gonna die like that on LAN too. He's just not. For some reason, you can pick up Simp, Abizi, you can do whatever you want. But this team ain't going to have the greatest LAN performances of all time if Gwyn doesn't play like he does online on LAN. And I'm not the only one with this opinion. That's why the league has even memed him out now as Gwynternet. And I'm not saying he doesn't play well on LAN. He's over 1 KDs. He's 1.04, 1.05. And you look at that and you think, that's good numbers. We like that. Right. But the online wins that they do get against the good teams, he is dropping 1.3s and 1.4s. So it's either the team gets better as a whole on LAN and they work together better, which that's why Dillon Wrecks might be able to help out, or Gwyn's just got to go Super Saiyan like he does online and just go World Star at LAN for one event and see where they take him.
This guy keeps saying Slasher gotta let Gwyn smoke again. Bake Gwyn top 5.
That might be the play. It might be the play. That's why Dallas was cooked. You never know. Maybe a LAN event in, where they go in Florida, but maybe Maybe a little Boston land. Maybe Gwyn could come different. I don't know. Maybe we need Anaheim back. Something to think about. We'll get back to some of the other teams in a second. I just wanted a little comment on Paulehx. I know we did it a little bit on the pre-show the other day before the matches.
Hey, this guy's got some PR right now.
But he's got some PR. I will say, like, he's got some PR.
I'll have you know I won 4 Warzone games today. Where's my PR?
When he decided to call it a day. Look, I mean, it's the thought that come to mind. You guys have, look, obviously the Pred situations are still a bit of a hot topic, but remember when we were talking about it and Pred like left, or someone, like, I don't know, there were some tweets or whatever, weren't there? And then no one was replying to it. But that's what I'm saying. Paulehx, he's a notable player who's had a decent career, but he's getting loads of love with his retirement. I think it's good to see. I mean, he achieved more than many will. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, we've got Nature in the replies. We've got Dashy in the replies. We've got CDL Hater Central in the replies. We've got Ricky Atura, Parasite, Fellow, Machilla, Miles, Attach. It's just nice to see the community here, right? I mean, you've got Glow Frosty, Too Real, Mama Venom, Donnie Temp, there he is. My guy.
But where's everyone in
Paul's a great
reply?
guy, bro. Paul's a great guy, bro.
Where's
Like,
everyone in Pred's replies?
and Pred, what's wrong with Pred? He's good.
Nah, it's
No,
just like
it's
we were
just
talking
like-
about it on the show that when Pred like left OpTic, it was radio silence in the replies, and we got kind of roasted
when
for
it-
talking
and
about
then when
that
he
it was
got
a bit
dropped.
strange. Yeah, obviously he's retired.
His
here now,
career's
so it's
not
a bit
over
different.
though. You know what I'm saying? This is emotional. When your career's like over, that's a little emotional, bro. That's a little bit more emotional than Pred going to fucking Falcons.
Yeah, but, like,
and getting
not-
a
Nah,
bag.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, but like when someone gets dropped on, like most of the pros go in their replies and are like, "Oh, you bounce back, brother. Like you're good."
I'd never do that shit.
I mean, neither did I, but-
You
Motherfucker,
get dropped, I might say,
listen,
I might kick it, but hell nah.
Listen, for me, it's like, listen, I don't give a fuck. I still got my job.
Right.
Anyway, Paul, he's a champion. He won an event with Hydra, with Crim. Not many can say the same. I thought he did a nice little tweet here with like some of his pictures from back in the day. Thought this is pretty cool. Like looking, I don't know. It was just kind of a nice moment, really. And hopefully, it works out well for Paul. Obviously, in his next adventure, he's doing the Warzone thing. I think you had some thoughts on that, didn't you, Trey, on Friday about like competing / content on the Warzone side?
Yeah, listen, you don't go to Warzone just to compete, man. Like you got to stream, and I know he does. I'm just saying, like, bro, if you get a nice little 4-piece, 3-piece, 4-piece, 7-piece, whack that on a TikTok. You get a nice game pool, get it on the YouTube. Because guess what? Those plumbers, those lads and dads, they eat that up.
Hell yeah, they do. We've been farming that on our TikTok too.
Imagine that as your story. Ex COD pro, all the fucking lads and dads fucking gargling your nuts like, oh my god, this guy was a pro in the league and he's coming over to fucking Warzone and he's frying. Like, bro, this guy's got to be good. You know, like damn.
No, I agree. These guys are too talented not to take advantage of it.
Bro, I've literally said it from day one. To no one that does any content when you can shoot the way you shoot is so dumb to me. Bro, you can get hoes from the way you shoot your gun in COD these days. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Fat Trey. If he weren't in a relationship, he was like Hugh Hefner. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Word.
We're tweaking.
I'm stating
Trey's
straight
dead
facts.
ass.
I'm stating straight facts. Facts.
Fridge build Trey.
Damn.
My fridge.
Yeah, I was a fridge back.
Just a quick bit of drama too, actually. So we talked about the Puckett question earlier. This is cause it lit. This got like 1 million views on Twitter, 6,000 likes. So the league cooked with this. But they did this little video, right, where they're comparing, obviously looking back on it now after a tricky weekend, it looks a little different. But they did a little comparison between effectively the worst moments of comms for the old OpTic team and then the new OpTic team. And it's a good little piece of content. It shows a bit of contrast between that the old team, seemed a bit short. But obviously all these are cherry picked, right, to make it look like a higher contrast. And it was a good little piece of content, got people talking. I think the the discussion about it was that it came from the league itself, right? And obviously, I'm super biased on this, so I kind of want to get like a player's perspective, because Shotzzy came out and he said like, you know, can't believe the league tweeted that. He wasn't like going off like he thought it was crazy, but he was surprised the league put out this little piece of content, right? It kind of reminded me a bit of when, I mean, this is a slightly different story, but back in Cold War, OpTic played FaZe on that Miami search, and then they uploaded the whole map with comms, and both teams were like, lads, we did not give you permission to put our like full map of comms on. And the teams weren't happy about that. I get that one. This one's a little different because it's a bit of content and it's kind of farming impressions to some degree at their expense, certainly at their old team's expense, and it's like official CDL content. So I get why it's a bit of a grey area, but obviously I don't care. But what do you think, Don, if you're in Shotzzy's shoes here?
Okay. I can kind of see both sides. I mean, especially like the example you bring with like they uploaded a map with the comms. That is insane. Obviously, that's not the case this time. But I don't know. I can see why Ant is annoyed for sure. Because whenever they post something like this, people are probably in his mentions, and he is just having all type of people tweet him and ask him in the chat about it and all type of things like that. But for the league's point, I don't think the league did anything bad, and I don't know. I feel like it just played out like how it should. Like the league has the right to upload that. It's not like they fucking leaked any strats or anything. It's just like a little clip, and they've done comms videos before. Like I don't know if they haven't done it in a while, but they used to upload comms videos all the time. Comms videos are dope. Like my highest viewed video on my YouTube is our comms from the LAT comeback.
Oh my god, yeah, wow.
Yeah, so like comms are dope, but I do see why Ann is pissed about, like annoyed about it, just because it's like, damn, y'all uploaded this, now I gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is. Like he just gotta get over it. It's not that big of a deal, you know. The old team is the old team. People still are invested about the old team just because, I mean, it's kind of like they won champs. It's a legendary team, you know, but old team's an old team. I don't think anyone should be butthurt. Like AG just beat them. We haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah.
Kenny should have beat them, and I think Kenny's happy where he's at. So like, I don't think there's any bad blood. He shouldn't feel that uncomfortable to talk about it. But if he does, he does. You know what I'm saying? I think he has the right to be upset.
Whilst we're talking about this, the CoD League just posted another comms video.
Well, let's have a click. Let's see what we got this time. And
unfortunately, it's basically a subtweet to OpTic because it's Vegas Falcons comms versus OpTic.
Oh my god, they're doing it again. They've done it again, man.
Play it.
I mean, well, let's get this going.
Working hard. Let's go. Come on. One more week. Come on,
You said you want to ape? I was like, I'm down. Hold on, dude.
He has to be on like 30th of it.
On again? Yo, Kyler just got. No, do you want to ape him or do you want to do it?
Yeah, just wait.
Alright, I'm holding right.
Back up, guys. Absolute.
Nice, let's go, AG. Holy, what did you just do to them, brother? No, I had him so one shot, bro.
Bro, I'm calling 3 at 8. How do they cross?
I'm telling you. Nice! I'm point. One more. Nice! Let's go!
That's how you make those fucking plays. You should have seen what I just did.
Kyler hit 8 a bolt to beat him.
Yeah. Behind pause. Brother. Kyler is everywhere but nowhere, dog. Lock it back home. Come on.
Yep. Come on. Being the goat are same wavelength right now. It's literally only good online.
Don't be weird, bro.
Don't allow that. My fault. Piano dashing. Let's go! Get time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? That looks like a tech rep video for tomorrow.
My bad, Hugh.
Yeah, my bad, Hugh.
I'm not gonna lie, that was fire, bro.
Yeah, like it's a fire vid, and look, the league can do what they want as far as I'm concerned on this stuff. But I know the OpTic fans get annoyed because it feels like OpTic are always the butt of the joke. Do you know what I mean? I do get it, but like, you know, you can't complain. That just is how it is.
That was fucking
Listen.
fire, bro.
You sign those contracts, you lose all your rights. Like you said, you lose all your rights when it comes down to the league. They can post
Aiden
whatever
says
they
you'd
want.
think they won champs. I mean, to be fair, this was their champs. They were 0-20. This
I mean,
was,
Pred, bro, what did I say to you guys? We have to go find that clip, but I was like, Pred's first win in this off OpTic is going to be against OpTic. I literally said that.
it was just, it was too much
It
to
was
say.
biblical.
It was
It was
biblical. It was always going to happen. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
let's get straight into
about that series, right? Because OpTic played 2 games this weekend. They played Heretics in the first one. That was certainly one of the series of all time. Maybe we'll come back to that one. Let's do the Falcons series first, because this was an important series, right? Pred versus OpTic. I think the way that they went down this series was the real red flag, as far as I'm concerned. Look, am I changing my mind on saying that Pred's won his final event? Nah, I'm sticking with it. But I will say, this series gave me more confidence that Pred can do it again. Because, I said last week, I'm a bit concerned that for all Pred's talents as a player, he might go to Falcons. He might, collect the bag for a couple of years, maybe join a different team. Who knows? But Pred this series, he brought that vintage energy, and he actually was moving on the map. This is the thing that will piss off OpTic fans, and still kind of mind-blowing, is that both Kenny and Pred have left and are now playing way better CoD. Like, they're just playing better CoD. Pred's moving. He's having impactful plays. He's playing, the way that he should be playing, let's be honest. And I don't know if it took Clayster a few days to get that out of him or what, but clearly he was playing some better CoD, certainly this series, and he was bringing the energy that he needs. And we've seen that on LAN last year with Pred and Shotzzy. Maybe have an Exnid on your team. I mean, Exnid and Pred is insane energy in a big series. Like, there's no other way to put it. And this was a big series, and who brought the energy? I mean, we heard the comms from OpTic on the map 4. They were dead. They were dead and buried. And the Falcons were playing champs. And look, okay, you say, oh, well, they're taking it too serious or whatever. But no, this is a serious game. And it's not like OpTic are guaranteed making it to the World Championship. So, yeah, Dom, when you watch this series, it's tough to even put thoughts into words on this one, because Falcons were 0-20.
Bro, this series was insane. You just talked about AG a lot. Shout out to AG. That listening, just that comms video, I loved his fucking energy. AG is a competitor, bro. When the match comes on, even Attach was kind of like this. Scrims, Eamon said this about AG. Scrims, AG might not be locked in for scrims. It might get a little lax, but I trust AG in matches to always be a fierce competitor and try to take over the series and win. But I want to talk about his teammates too. Everybody on the team played well. Alec fucking 94 and 78 in 4 maps. That's a 100 kill series from RCDs, and people think RCDs is fucking awful. He is gross. He played gross. Even in that comms video, he was yapping. He was talking a lot. It was great to hear him.
He goes everywhere but nowhere. Uh-oh.
Yeah. He was talking about Kyler a lot. I like how comfortable he sounded with the team. Priesta played good. Priesta 86 and 74. Xnid, he did it. He did well enough to win. Everyone played good, bro. That was just really good to see. They have to build off this. They can't just win this and then lose to some bum team. You know what I'm saying? They have to keep building. And yeah, I'm really proud of Alec because I'm pretty sure the first series they played, Alec and Priesta had a 0.5, I think.
Yeah, it was bad.
yeah,
And this is the other question is okay, how much of Falcons got better in that time frame, and how much was this OpTic just being woeful? But this first series they played back against Surge, Arsty's at a 0.6, Priest at a 0.6.
Okay,
so
so that's...
they turned it on its head. They were getting criticized for this, but obviously the sensible people were saying, all right, at least give him some time, give him a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah, so I'm proud of them, and I coached Alec a little bit this year. That was just good to see. And then on the OpTic side, I'm not too worried about OpTic. Even when they won their 2-0 series, or they went 2-0 the previous week, we still kind of all agreed that Skies isn't really an impact player on their team. Hook and Shotzzy. Kyler, I love Kyler, but like they're both going to be like sometimes Hook and Shotzzy as a sub duo, they're going to take over the series, or they might not do anything and lose. Like Brandon is their most consistent player. Like it just is what it is. And I still think this team is in the same spot, even though they went 0-2. Like I think they can get top 4 if they're playing good, and I think if they're playing bad, they can lose to anybody. So that's how I feel about OpTic. I mean, just looking at the stats, they all played bad except for Brandon. Literally every single one of them. So
Waving Trey.
Listen, I'll attach with what Don's saying. Listen, this team's either going to get top 4 or top 12. There's no in between. They're either going to fry or they're not.
The new
Shout out to
Heretics.
Kenny. I mean, shout out to Kenny. You know, obviously Pred's the villain now because when Kenny left or got dropped, at least he gave OpTic one more series win, but Pred just came in and said, fuck you. So, listen, you guys are going to hate Pred a little bit more, but I feel like, listen, this OpTic team, it's not nice to watch right now. Everything just seems... It don't seem like they're just playing together. Like, it just seems like they look happy playing with each other, but they're not playing together on the map. Like you said, Don Skies isn't an impactful player like that. He never has been. You don't pick up Skies to be that impact play. You pick him up as, you know, someone to fill in some roles, fill in some gaps. But this game, it hasn't got that.
yeah.
It doesn't have that. This is the only game where I would say that Skies would probably be a bad pickup for you, because this game... You need 4 people running around with each other,
Right.
at pretty much all times. Just like Don saying in challenges, like multiple people in challenges just run around and get kills, and everyone thinks they're the best player in the world. Whereas you go to the league, this game in particular, out of all of them, every game needs teamwork, but this one is the most.
Yeah.
And this OpTic team, they just don't look like they have teamwork. Even their first 2 wins, you guys would agree, like it didn't look good. They should have lost to ROKKR. They didn't, so obviously I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, whatever, but they should have lost to ROKKR. They didn't. They got their 2 wins. But now it just, you know, even a lot of OpTic fans, they're not happy. They got the changes, but is it going to really do anything for the team? I don't think the team's got any better. I just think it's got more bearable to play with each other, which, you know, could scrape a win up there here and there, but let's be honest, you can't lose to this Falcons team. Like, they've got a lot of passion, they got a lot of grit, and it was nice to see him win. But you're talking about Priester, who statistically, you know, very, very poor this year. He got dropped from LAG. We thought he got lucky to get this spot. Started off in this Falcons team, both RCEs with 0.5, whatever it was. Now RCEs, I think, is a great player. Just going off what Don said, I think he deserved the spot way before this. You got to remember, he's a world champion.
Double world champ.
He was on a double world champ. He was on FaZe. Like, he is good. Maybe his attitude it has been the issue these past few years. But look at him when he's on. Look at him. He's calm, cool, collective. That's a real IGL for you.
Yeah.
That's a real one. I just don't think, as OpTic, you dropped Pred, and now he's on a team. You can't lose that series. You can't lose a series to the guy you dropped. It just makes
bring some energy to the map 4 when you're about to lose the damn series, rather than sounding like you're in an 8's call. I couldn't believe my eyes in that listening.
Like I said, on this show we keep it real, and I'm gonna be as real as I can get. You LAG, all right? That's the worst team in the league right now. It's no longer Falcons. Falcons actually look like they're fucking showing up and putting up some they're showing up and giving some passion. Look at their situation. They know they ain't making champs, and they're still going out giving it 150%. This OpTic team, they don't look like they're going out and giving 150% against a guy you just dropped. All right, you cannot lose this series and then lose it the way you do as well. That control. Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that control.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. And then the S&D, like, listen, we're talking about fucking professional players. That was shambolic too. And then you go into the 4th map. Oh my! I know OpTic won the S&D, but some of those plays were terrible. That hardpoint 4th map, you might as well have unplugged the controller. Like, they were like, bro, Pred sat there 0-16. Obviously, you know, we know what the situation's over there. They've made him a star player. He sat there 0-16. He could just come in and just be like, oh, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He come out with some fire.
Yeah, and OpTic just lost the previous day, so it's not like they should have been getting complacent, you know? Like, they should have been...
Falcons wanted that win more than OpTic. That was straight up facts.
Yeah, 100%, but it wasn't even close, though. In terms of, like, the energy for the series.
Everyone sat
Be
there.
right back, guys.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, no, you're good. Everyone sat there, even us, the flank, everyone sat there and said, listen, I don't know how, we don't know how Priester got this spot because he's been a very poor player this season, and, you know, over time, he's been a poor player. All right, so ever since he won MW2 champs, he hasn't been great. He comes into this series and absolutely fucking slams.
It shouldn't. I mean, that shouldn't happen, should it? It really
he made OpTic look like old Vegas.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not ready to say Priester's back. Like, he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be dropping 1.2. Like, I don't think
Priester
he is.
might hop on next series and drop a 0.7. I'll be like, all right, that's cool. But Priester has been getting ridiculed all year for being the worst player in the league, for having the worst stats probably in the league as well. Getting dropped FLAG, everyone saying, oh, he's done. Pro Loot doesn't join the team. Priester gets his spot. Everyone's like, wow, how did Priester get this spot? He's been bad this year. And he comes out and drops a 1.16 on OpTic and just slams him around for a little bit.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple other things. Yeah, go on, Dom. Then we'll go back to it.
I'm saying, like, if you take out their first match, like I'm doing it on Breaking Point right now, if you delete their match versus Surge, which obviously, I mean, it counts, but it was their first match as a team, bro, all stats-wise, this team is looking good. Like, this team's not horrible. Like, they're 1-2, like...
Now, my point on Priester, it's the same with anyone that will join this Falcons team. He has zero, and I mean zero pressure on this team because they're not making champs and everyone thinks they're still ass. The only pressure he has is to play good for himself so he can keep a spot next year. That's the only pressure he's got.
Yeah.
So he can kill Whore all he wants. Now, it's just a good win for them because not only is it the team that Pred just got dropped from, but it's like a revenge series for everyone just because it's OpTic. You'd love beating OpTic. You know, that's interactions on Twitter. Everyone's going to talk about you for a little bit. It's like Don said, though, they can't come out. Who do they play next?
They play, let me have a look, upcoming FaZe and Boston.
Ooh.
All right, listen.
The FaZe series could get a little bit interesting, though. I don't know.
FaZe have been playing bad, but I would take FaZe, of course.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, FaZe's problem has been their hardpoint, and Falcons' best mode has been their hardpoint, so...
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about Falcons, but we're going to continue talking about OpTic because...
Yeah, we'll get back to Falcons a little bit.
That's what everyone wants to talk about.
There's one thing I wanted to add here real quick. Just an aside. So, OpTic... Now, it might not have made a difference, but just in my opinion, right? Vault Control as a map pick, as a choice, right? If we look at the vetoes here, OpTic bans Hassie Control. And then obviously Falcons picked Vault because that's the only bloody map they play. I know that their team is different now, but I don't know. I just don't get it, right? Like, if I'm OpTic, why are you playing them on Vault Control? It's the only map they ever win. I know it's a different team, but still, annoyed me.
Listen, can I just butt in real quick?
Hell yeah.
Why are OpTic banning maps other than Vault? They are 5 and 9 on Vault.
Yeah, they ain't good at Vault, and they keep playing it.
I will say this.
They're good at scrims, maybe. But...
OpTic are a fucking terrible Vault Control team. They even ego-chowed them on it last time. The old Falcons, the Saudi Arabian Falcons that everyone thought was fucking horrendous, and they got 3-0'd by
them.
Yeah,
so look at this. They banned their Hassie where they're 6-2. Like, were they building the map pool? Was that the plan? Was it like we're just gonna get a nice little Vault Control dub in against the Falcons? Well, that worked out well, didn't it?
That's interesting. I didn't know they were 6-2 on Hassie. What the hell?
Yeah, they banned their best map. I mean, like, come on, you're taking the piss at this point. You've not made champs yet. You've not made winners bracket. Like, it's time to start getting 10 points on the board. Oh my god! Like you're not number one seed by a mile, just playing around trying to expand the map pool. Like, don't work like that, man. My opinion, anyway. That was something that
I just just to make you laugh real quick. I just scrolled down on the OpTic and Vegas Falcons, like on the Breaking Point page on the comments, and Ian has commented after the loss, "Get Dillon Wrecks on this team ASAP. They need consistent slaying."
Yes, my go. I won't be able to find it.
Can we check? We can check bans on map bans, right? On Breaking Point.
Oh
yeah, Matt.
Yeah, we can see what they play and what they ban.
Yeah, see, OpTic 6-2 on Hassie. Bear in mind it was with our old team too, but you got to take that in consideration. Why the fuck would you ban it?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting decision. I mean, because they pick a lot of Volt. They pick Volt more than they pick Hassie, but they're just not that good at it. So, yeah, confusing decision. I mean, obviously they shouldn't be losing anyway, but the way that they lost, I think, was a bit of a nightmare. Look, the next piece of the puzzle here really is to talk about, okay, so Kenny leaves, and it's not like ROKKR are cooking, but Kenny looks happier. He looks more comfortable. Interesting comment from Furious George. We're going to get back to your super chats, by the way. I don't think we missed them because actually I do want to get into it now.
I can't stand this ROKKR team.
Yeah, neither can I.
They look unreal and they're ass.
Yeah.
Bro, like Don said, right? I don't know if Don said it like during the show or in the pre-show, but get these cats on the fucking. We're getting these on the billboard. We're getting these. We're getting these highlighted Times Square for being the most fraudulent team in the league right now. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? Your first series, you're up 100 against OpTic and you choke. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're up 2-1 every fucking series and you choke. What's going on there? You drop pool because you're inconsistent or like you weren't winning matches. Now I'm not saying Kenny's the issue, but hear me out. You went game 5 every map with Paul. And now you're going game 5 every map with Kenny. But you look better. So I don't get it. You guys are, like Don said, you guys are the biggest breakers in the league.
Yeah, bro. This team literally should be 4-0. Like, they should actually be 4-0, and they would be fucking in, like, 7th place. Like, they would be in the champ standings, like, very solidified.
Reverse swept by Cloud9. Don't even get me.
Bro, the series yesterday was so like it's very little things that I watched. Like when Israel Adesanya got knocked out, that shit hurts my soul. Like that shit actually, like watching him just start losing at the end of his career, like that shit actually hurt my soul. Seeing this shit yesterday, seeing Kenny lose like that, and like I'm rooting for this ROKKR team, that shit hurt because it's just like, bro, what are you guys doing? Like the two moments in the last 2 maps, like it was at the end of the red card.
Yeah,
when
this is so bad.
They were on Geo, and Geo got a kill mid door. I'm pretty sure Ken. This is like the one point that it was Ken. Like I know for a fact, like he probably thinks that. I don't know how I didn't like talk to him or anything. I don't know how he could have played this better. I don't know where he spawned, but he was the last off spawn. So like that to me in that situation, he has the easiest job. Like all he has to do is play like a guaranteed kill. Like as long as he makes sure that they can't flank stage, like he has the easiest job out of everyone. Gio already got the first blood. He bought a little bit of time, got traded, and then Ken just like shoots this guy and then tries to run away and get shot in the back. Like I think Ken fucked up right there. Like he can't. You're the last off spawn. Like you have the easiest job. You literally have the easiest job. You have to get a kill there. Like I don't give a damn. Like we need to win these series. You have to get a kill there. The S&D, I just lose full when Ken has the bomb. I mean, I checked it just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Estrio has like 10 plants. And maybe he shouldn't have the bomb. I don't know, because I feel like he was better at S&D when they had Paul. I don't know if he's been taking the bomb. I don't really want to like talk out of my ass or anything. But Estrio has a 0.6 in S&D, and he has 10 plants. So he's just dropping that bitch and dying. But Kenny had the fucking bomb on the 5-4, and his goddamn leg is sticking out, and he just gets shot for free. When Mac melts literally through the round, like Mac literally slid at the guy that was sitting on secret stairs trying to lose the game, like trying to go round 11. And then Ken just dies planting the bomb. His fucking leg is sticking so far out. It looked like Ken like didn't even plant the bomb before there. Like I haven't seen like many people die. His leg was so far out. Like I don't know if it was just a mistake, just in the moment, whatever. But like that round, it should have went round 11. Like, there's just so many like little fucking chokes, bro. Like the last week when Nero was in the 1v1 that we talked about, like, I don't know if they're like, they don't feel the pressure or they feel the I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, they looked happy. Like when they won the second map yesterday, Gio had a donut and they're like laughing and shit. And then y'all lose 3 maps straight. Like, I don't know if y'all need some like intensity, some fear, some like don't fucking laugh. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm tired of like seeing the fucking like laughing good vibe shit when we're fucking choking. And like, you literally should have won all of these games. Now you're like 3 games back when you should be tied or up 1. Like, you have to start winning these games. Like, I don't know if they feel the pressure because, oh, we just got like, I'm telling you, like, y'all can't keep choking. Y'all are too good. I said all of that, not roast. Bro, I'm rooting for y'all to make it. I think y'all literally should be 4-0. Y'all are fucking gross, but y'all are breaking. Y'all literally cannot break any longer, bro. Like, it's over with. Like,
it's hard to sit here and root for a team like this because I really do want them to like succeed. I love Ken. Gio's a fryer. Nero, I love Nero. That piece is Estro. That's an old teammate of mine. But there's got to be a point where we can't sit here anymore and be like, yeah, you know, like, this is just like new team. Like, your first series, yeah, for sure. First series versus OpTic, I'll let you choke a 100-point lead. All right, I'll let you do it. I'll let you break. But now you're doing it every fucking series. And I just want to say, this sub duo, Estro and Nero, they've got to work something out. They've got to start working together or something like that. You look at the best sub duos in the league. Estro and Nero could 100% be up there with the pace and the gun skill that these guys have. Like I said, Nero either dies or he pops a 3-piece. No in between. I tweeted that out. This sub duo, something needs to change. I've just gone on there. I've gone on there past 4 matches. You know, Estro a piece and then Nero a piece. And then, you know, they're not doing it together. You know, they're either getting slammed together or, you know, something like that. Now, we can talk about everything. That Raven series, don't even get me started. Nero 1.21, Kenny 1.09, Gio 1.0, Estro 0.96, Slasher 0.77. Like,
yeah, Slasher said he had like a migraine the whole day and was playing terrible, and they still found a way to lose to a broken team that blew up 2 days later.
Yo, Don, you'll agree with me on this. How can you go out and smoke a team 250 to 100 on a hardpoint map 1 and then go lose 6-1 in the S&D? Where's your energy gone?
I have no clue, bro. I have no idea.
You gotta sit there and be like, bro, we just absolutely, bro, on Landon, all right? You'd sit there, 100-point club, you would fucking roast the living fuck out of that team and go into the next map confident as hell. How are you gonna tell me you go and get slammed like that? Because then you go into map 3 like, damn, we just got fucking tucked after tucking.
Yeah, lose all the momentum.
Bro.
The good teams close out on that.
Like, just looking at this is irritating the fuck out of me. Like, look at their, like, I know you talked about their sub duo. I mean, stats wise, S&D is their biggest issue. But like, look at the hardpoint. They're 4-4 in hardpoint as a team since they got Kenny. 4-4, and look at the stats. Like, their fucking stats are off the charts. Like, that looks. This looks like the stats of a team that's fucking 7-1 in hardpoint or 8-0. That just shows to me that y'all are fucking choking. Like, Estro 1.08, Gio 1.18, Kenny 1.09, Nero 0.97. That's basically a 1. They all 26, 28 kills. Damage is all there. The hill time, everybody's in the hill. Everybody's in the hill. Everyone's got damage, KD, everything, bro. Like, how the fuck are y'all 4-4? Y'all literally have that look. Those stats that I'm seeing, that literally looks like they could win an event if they all like have those numbers. Gio, that's Celium. Gio is fucking dropping Celium numbers, and they're 4-4. Like, what?
And that's
like
hardpoint, and they're not winning every hardpoint.
And they're 4-4 in hardpoint, and you have those numbers. Like, something y'all have to just clutch up. Y'all have to just clutch up, bro. Y'all should be 4-0. Y'all too good to beat. Look at that, bro.
I'm just gonna let me say this real quick. All right.
Go ahead.
Listen, Kenny has not been known to be the best S&D player in the world. All right, that's facts. He's not been known to be the best S&D player in the world. You dropped Pool. You guys were a gritty S&D team. Kenny, you know, you're going to lose some with Pool and win some with Kenny. But Kenny's there to, you know, make you win respawns. That's why you bring him in there for. You know, he's not the best S&D player in the world. No, he shouldn't be taking bomb either, Don. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be running around.
Estriel does have all the plants, but the funny thing is Estriel doesn't have many first bloods and he has no diffuses. Like, this guy is never staying alive at the end of the round. Estriel is just
and you know what that is? That's the team's fault too for not helping him get away from
it's
bomb.
not his fault
right.
entirely. Like, it's clearly an issue with the way they're approaching search right now.
Like I said, this is what I'm saying. You bring Kenny in. Kenny's obviously a great pickup, but Kenny's not winning your S&Ds. Kenny's not the greatest S&D player in the world. So what do you guys got to do? You got to win your respawns. You cannot go 4-4 in hardpoint with those stats like Don says and expect to win matches. You can't. And the way you're breaking too, like, if this was any other team that hadn't just made a change, bro, they would be like livid.
Yeah.
Like Don said, stop this smiling bullshit. Stop this yo, fucking hell, boys, we've done it again. Stop that bullshit. We got to lock in now because, like you guys said, I love this team. I do. I'm rooting for it. I really am. It's going to be a dark horse for me at Atlanta event, but we're getting crunch time now. Where we've actually got to start taking it seriously because you could be 4-0 and be top 8 seed going into the major, but you're not. You got 100 points. Cloud9's just taking over you. You're falling behind. You got to have a good event this event. You have to.
And they might start in losers. I mean, they will start in losers unless they beat Miami next weekend, which is a bit of a tall order right now because they look great too. Yeah, I wanted to go on, Trey.
I was going to say just before we finish it, I saw a tweet basically saying like they've picked up Kenny. Statistically not got any better in terms of going to map 5s and stuff like that. Listen, this team is better with Kenny. Statistically, no. They just keep choking. And
I mean, statistically, yeah, but like not in terms of results. You know what I mean?
No, not in terms of results. That's what I mean. Like statistically, as a team, like they've got better as players, but the results aren't showing. They have to stop choking. And I promise you, if this team don't make champs, they will have so many sleepless nights about how many chokes they've had. It will literally be a regret in their career of how bad this is.
Yeah, so, ROKKR might just be cursed.
I'm done being this Mr. Nice Guy. Like, I love this team. I do. But you guys got to lock the fuck in because it's actually unacceptable.
I do have confidence they can make a run at that more so than other teams, but they actually got to do it because, I mean, even like a couple of top 6s at LAN, it's going to get you some good points, but when you're 30 points adrift, you're going to need a bit of a turnaround. I did want to close the loop on the OpTic thing, because talking about the Kenny situation, it's like, look, whatever's happened with ROKKR, they're not in a great spot. Kenny looks happier and more comfortable playing better CoD. I think no one's denying that. Same seems true for Pred on the other side. So the question comes back really now to the man in the thumbnail, right? And that is, I've never really seen it like this in the community, but Furious George had a couple of super chats in there earlier talking about Shotzzy, right? And eyeing in on Shotzzy as a player, because let's be real, this season there have been lots of questions on the team. Last year there was all the talk about, okay, is Shotzzy a superstar, this, that, the other, and largely speaking, I think that he was probably the 4th or 3rd best player in the game last year. You had Scrap, you had Hydra, you had Simp, you had Shotzzy in some order or another, in my opinion. This game, it is a different story. And Hook and Skies are good players. Maybe Hook's even great on this game. But you need someone who's going to take over a series. Sometimes it's Dashy, but not all that often. You need Shotzzy to be playing at a superstar level, and the reality is that he hasn't. And there's a couple of features to this, right? Because I mean, the picture on at least the thumbnail we've got for the live stream, and there was a few others. I mean, the reaction from Shotzzy to the series, he looked to me pretty shell-shocked at the loss. And there's been lots of OpTic fans over the last few days that are saying, look, it's time that Shotzzy's approach here is held accountable, because he was tweeting all this in January about that nobody else knew how to win. That then backfired. He then comes out after they make the change and said in a clip, I don't know why you guys don't think we're going to make champs. You guys think we're dog shit or something. He literally said that in a clip. And then, well, you've got Scump on stream over the last couple of days saying that he thinks it's a genuine concern, and it genuinely is. They're currently the 8th seed. They've lost out to Boston. They've lost out to Miami over the last couple of days. So it's only inevitable that Shotzzy's going to get the criticism, because, look, he's not exactly the warlord in the sense that he's calling all the shots and he doesn't care what anyone else thinks, and if he wants to drop this guy and pick this guy up, he's going to do it. But fundamentally, Shotzzy has the keys over there, and if you drop Pred and drop Kenny, 2 world champions that you won champs with last year, the criticism is going to have to go somewhere. Maybe some of the criticism falls to the coaching staff or the team structure or culture in general, because how the hell is it possible that Kenny and Pred looked completely clueless on the map and all of a sudden they're playing better CoD? But fundamentally, lots of the criticism is going to go Shotzzy's way, because talking all this trash, changing the team, not looking much better, and dropping a 0.77 in the most recent series, it's inevitable that people are going to start pointing fingers. So what's your take on Shotzzy's play on this game? Because, look, if you look at his overall numbers for the season, they're not bad. I mean, they're actually very good.
I'm looking at his overall numbers for Major 4 right now.
But if we look at Major 4, then maybe it's a different story. Let's have a look at that.
So he's statistically their worst player in hardpoint. He's their best player he's one of their best players in S&D, which you're going to expect from him. He's a playmaker. He's in and out. 14 first bloods. He's in and out. Control, he's a neutral. Going back to our questions on their bans for Hacienda. They're 2-0 on Hacienda control in Major 4. And you're meaning to tell me that they've just decided to ban it against Falcons? Now that's the type of shit I can't wrap my head around. Personally, I don't condone it. It's your best map, and you've gone and ban it. Is that just an ego thing? I don't fucking know. But listen, the issue is with this team, and you know how Shotzzy's approaches. He's had good partners, and now he's picked up someone very similar to him, like Hughes, like Donnie said. They're just running around together. They're either gonna fry, they're not gonna fry. The issue is right now is I feel like they've got Skies and Dashy, who Skies is slower than Dashy, and now it's just like now you're just running around. Hugh and him are running around together. Skies ain't moving. Dashy's doing what he does. I feel like Dashy's been pretty consistent this year. And like you said, like it's all gone downhill when Ant started saying no one knows how to win.
Yeah, then he has the audacity. I mean, I think that was outrageous, right? But this clip from the 26th of March when he was like, people say we're not going to make champs this laughable, you guys literally think we're dog shit. It's like, oh my god, he's done it again. He's done it again.
But he's supposed to feel that way, okay?
No, I get it for sure, but like, I don't know, man.
He's supposed to feel that way. I mean...
But like at this point, weren't they also like 0 and 18? Like it's like people saying he's dog shit. Like you gotta think like, listen, he's gonna sit there and say I'm not dog shit, but like deep down the back, he's like, fucking hell, we're actually fucking ass. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like you gotta sit there and be like, bro, if I'm 0 and 18 and someone calls me ass, I'm like, shit, you might be right. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like let me lock in.
Yeah.
The fire's been. Need Shotzzy fired.
I just don't get it. Like I feel like this whole OpTic approach is weird right now. Like I said, like this whole like the ban in Hassie against Falcons. Like I understand, like you might have had a game plan, but there's no game plan there that I can sit there and be like, yeah, let me ban our best control map. There's no expanding your map pool. It's not like your FaZe who have got a fucking multi-million point lead of everyone where you're guaranteed champs. You're not guaranteed champs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't know. This team is just kind of just all over the place. My thing is like people are like blaming Shotzzy and shit, which yes, he does need to play better, but like his numbers aren't awful. They're actually like top 20, top 15 in the league. It's just obviously he's held to a different standard, right? Especially when you're talking shit and you're fucking former MVP and you're supposed to be the golden child of OpTic. You're just gonna be held to a different standard. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's just how things work. This is definitely his worst game so far, which I mean, that's a good thing if you look at it for his career. Like shit, he's been fucking godlike. Whenever Shotzi's on point, he is my favorite player to watch in the league. Like the shit he does on the map is insane. And it's just like one of those things where like he just hasn't. The reason why I'm not like super critical on him is like he hasn't been the team's biggest problem in this game, in my opinion. Like,
well, he hasn't had a team.
Exactly, but like even now, like they got their roster, they're smiling and shit and doing all type of shit. Like I still don't think this roster is like Like, I don't know. I don't think Caesar is like the best fit for this team. I think they need, if they're just gonna run around like with Kyler and Ant, like why not get a third guy to just fly around? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's where the criticism comes, right? Is it's like Shotzzy's approach to the game and the way that Shotzzy wants to play CoD. I know that Nameless talks about it being like hero ball and stuff like this, where you play for individual moments and then you come together for certain situations, but you're not necessarily all playing off each other all the time. I think like this is why I still think that Thieves are the best team. And I mean, they're not, you know what I'm saying, right? They're not the best team, but when they play their best cards, they look the best, is because they play this incredibly, they just completely destroy what the other team's trying to do with pressure. Like, they have insane pressure, Thieves. They're obviously incredibly talented, but they're always in the right spots to trade and to push something out together and to be super annoying and become like an impossible, impregnable wall to go against. And I think Toronto are similar and FaZe are similar at times as well, but you never get that from OpTic. Like, I never get the feeling that OpTic, they just have it on lock, you know, like OpTic never have it on lock. There's always someone who's going to get picked and then their whole setup's going to collapse. And on this game, you can't have that happen.
yeah, but I just don't think that has anything to do with Ant. No one, I've played with Shotzzy, like, I've played with Shotzzy in 8s. There are people who I hate playing with in 8s, even if they're good, because I feel like that you have to play around them or they're hard to play with. Shotzzy is not hard to play with. Like, it'd be different if, oh, Shotzi's approach to COD and he's making the game hard to play with. Like, bro, the guy's fucking godlike. Like, I'm looking at it now too. Like, okay, this is the same team, right? And Caesar, let's say in Modern Warfare 2, if this team was in Modern Warfare 2, it's Caesar for Ghosty. What the fuck did Ghosty do to make this team work? Brandon, he's on fucking Pluto. He's holding an iron. He's playing kills. He's doing a great job in my. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's you know what I'm saying? He's getting his fucking kills. Tyler, he's doing Kyler things and doing Kyler. You gotta just, if Caesar's not gonna move on the map and get kills, he needs to be in the hill. He's not even Shotzzy and Dashy have the most hill time.
There's
like,
a good
is Caesar
observation.
is he blocking sponsors? Like, what the fuck? Like, is he like hitting? He's the only nigga on their team rotating or something? Like, I'm not trying to only blame him, but like, in my mind, Shotzi's not the biggest problem. I'm not saying that he's not a problem. It's just like, if y'all heard Octane's take, they're like, oh, you don't want to get Kyler on your team because when it comes to championship matches, he makes bad plays and can cost you. Well, step one is you want Kyler on your team to get to the championship match.
Hell yeah, let's go 6-1 online again.
Exactly. So Shotzzy, I know Shotzzy can do some stupid shit because he's a playmaker. When you are making hundreds of plays, fucking 20 of them are going to be dog shit, right? That's just how it works. That's why AR players normally roast their players on their team, because it's kind of hard to make that many mistakes on an AR. You're going to make less. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm just looking at Caesar is not getting kills and he's not in the hill. So like, what? I'm just saying, like, I'm just being 100. Like, and I fuck with Caesar too. Like,
no, it's good analysis though, comparing this team to the Modern Warfare 2 team, because it was a very similar season, right? They had a complete shambles at the start of the year. Scump retires, Dashy's dropped. They wanted Pred, but they couldn't get him. They got stuck with Hook. Internally, the chemistry was a bit weird because Hook knew he was getting dropped. Like, it's a similar shambles, right? It's a shambles of a season, but that year they recovered it. They made 2 grand finals that year. Okay, they didn't win anything, but that was impressive to make 2 grand finals given the drama they had. And then they kicked on from there. They won Champs League year after. It's basically the same team, but with Skies for Ghosty. Different game, sure.
I just want to say this, though. Their comms aren't very good.
Ass. Wow.
Yeah,
I will say that their comms are ass.
Bro, they went to a listening and 5 seconds in, Scump said, I hate this listening already.
Bro, all their listening is what people are shooting at. Not, I'm going to make a... yo, one there, one shot. Nice. And then there's no direct, like, yo, come around here with me, do this, let's go 3-2-1 childish, you know. There ain't none of that.
That's what Ghosty was good at.
There's no 3-2-1 in. Hey, Don, a 3-2-1. We love a good 3-2-1, man. You know, you're guaranteed. Bro, that's what. There ain't none of that shit.
I just pulled it up. Top 5 in hill time in Modern Warfare 2. Ghosty number 1, Octane number 2, accuracy number 3, insight number 4.
Well.
Like, bro, if you're not gonna fucking move, like you got it. Like, that's like, even Caesar M2, he got hella hill. Like, he's got to get in the motherfucking hill. Hook, I see Hook at the bottom. Hook and Shotzzy and me. We not in the motherfucking hill. We both got 46 seconds MW2. Okay. So if you're gonna have a player, you gotta have another player on the team that's got 80 seconds. You gotta get a minute. Caesar Sky gotta get bare minimum a minute. He shouldn't even give a damn about his KD no more. Get a minute and a half of hill time every game and just pray that your team's gonna play better at this point.
All right, listen. To Mama number 9, I mean the listening is usually when they're down 100. What do you expect? I expect them with some fucking passion.
It was also still a close game when they went to the list.
They're up the game, and what do you mean? Well, Don, how many times have you been 100 points down and you said, nah, fuck it, bro. Like,
get chalking up. Come back next
nah,
week.
fuck it. If you don't start coming to make this comeback, like, listen.
I was down 200 and still called out.
Hell yeah.
Listen, like the situation they're in is not great, and it's hard to actually just like say one person's the issue. Like, you guys want to talk about Shotzzy? They haven't even had a team this year. I'll keep it real with you. They dropped Pred, picked up Hugh, done well with Hugh, got rid of Hugh, got Pred back, then dropped them again, got them. Like, it's been a shambles of a year.
It has been a shambles, yeah.
One thing I will say is, I feel like Skies hasn't been the player they needed, but he's got to understand the situation he's in. He ain't playing the greatest. He ain't getting the kills, like Don said. Get in the fucking hill.
Yeah, so these are the stats that Don was talking about.
Make it your goddamn mission to go, guys, get the fuck out of the hill. I'm getting in the hill. I got a trophy. I'm getting in the hill. Because, listen, you're guaranteed one in the hill. You're good. You're going to die, but you're good. I don't get it. I really don't.
I mean, Skies in this game has about 48, 49 seconds of hill time. That's basically what you had done in MW2.
And this is
that's
my
what I'm
thing.
saying, but I was getting the motherfucking kills.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You got to do one of
you
the
had a
other.
1.08.
Exactly. You got to get the kills or you got to get the motherfucking hill. If you're not doing neither, why are you here?
He's worried about his spot because he said the reason he started playing slow because he started playing hill. Listen, I'll keep it real with you.
You lose your spot if you don't win.
Listen, we all know that spot ain't yours at the end of the season. Like, that's just how it is. You've been brought in. Like, we said this. You're not, unless you literally win an event with this team and are the best player on this team, they're not keeping you. We know this. Especially not right now.
Exactly. You keep playing like this, like, it's, you know, it's not, obviously there's pressure on all of them. I don't really know who the pressure's most on, but it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, Ghosty, again, this game, Ghosty's got 80 seconds again. Envoy's actually got more than Ghosty, which is kind of amazing. But Dashy's here at 63, and we have to scroll a long way to find Skies. I mean, yeah, 39th in the league. Other teams, they do split it a bit, but I mean, if you look at the way that the Thieves are playing hardpoint this year, they've got Ghosty just super soaking time, and Scrap doesn't have to care about it at all. And it's probably okay if you, like, okay, let's look at, like, Simp has a lot of hill time. Celium,
I think this
Draz.
game is I think Skies is very uncomfortable in this game as well for how fast it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. You know, last year, like I said, he's not a 1.3 demon, but in MW2, MW3, like you saw what he can do on a slower game,
yeah.
and I feel like that's where he's at. This game, it just ain't like that, and you got to sit there and I feel like this is the only game, Dom, where it's actually been a drastic change from a game to game.
MW2, he was gross, bro. Like, I hated playing against New York because obviously Hydra was gross, but like their whole team in MW2, like they were gross. Like Caesar was gross at MW2. Fucking even at MW3, like he was really good. He was always clutching like 1v1s and shit. Like he was really good at the past 2 games. It's just this game's faster, bro. Like I said, bro. It's such a simple thing. Anyone can see it. Get the hill or get a goddamn kill, bro. Like it's.
I think the different games are different, right? Because last year Dashy had a lot of hill time, but it worked in that game. You remember World War II, right? The strat was to put your main AR in the hill, and he would soak time and get all the kills because the hardpoints were designed in a way that was the best thing to do. There was cover in the hill, right? You look at a lot of the hills on this game, like. If you're an AR trying to get kills, you don't want to be in the hill. So I think Dashy's playstyle last year was great because you can go P2 on Skid Row and soak time and have the perfect gunny.
Best spot in the world, yeah.
In this game, you think of like Hacienda or any map really. Like if you're in the hill, you're a sitting duck. It's more of a Treyarch game in that sense, the way they've designed the hills. So you don't like Dashi shouldn't just soak time again. Like if you want Dashi to slay, he needs to be. You need more. To be fair, you probably do need a bit more SMG presence in the hill, but that's why we see it from Shotzzy. Shotzzy probably has a bit too much time, really. Like Skies has too few. It's interesting, but it's game dependent, and it's not something that they've adapted to.
You see, with this team is they don't know what they're doing right now. They don't know what they want. Whereas other teams like LA Thieves, it's like a conveyor belt system where everyone's playing well, so they can have anyone in the hill. They'll have preferred
Ghosty still has a shit ton of hill time, but so does Envoy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they have, like, if they need Ghosty to go push out a cut, he can go push it out. But this OpTic team, they don't know what they want to do because they're lacking kills around the map and they're also lacking hill time too. So, it's like you either play closer to the hill as a team and just take team fights like that, or you go around and actually make the 1v1 kills that, like, determine the map better. There's no in between.
Thieves are a funny team because Envoy has 83 seconds, Ghosty has 80, Hydra has 40, and Scrap has Scrap actually is kind of middle of the pack. He has 56, so it's not, it's just pretty clear the way that Thieves operate it. There's no confusion on what Thieves' game plan is in hardpoint. It's like Envoy Ghosty are gonna get the time when we can, and when we have the opportunity for you guys to push out, you're gonna push out. So. Yeah, Dixie Norma says, Shotzzy fell off, never gets the blame either. Thanks for the 2, my guy.
That's generational hate, and that's paying to call someone ass. I like that.
Yeah, I rate that. That's what it's all about over here. But it's a good point. Like, this is the first time, I think I agree with you, Don, in general, that probably is a bit more criticism on Shotzzy right now than it's deserved. Because it's classic scapegoating, isn't it? Like, we've seen this a million times before when OpTic suck for a week and people are like, all right, who do we blame now? But like the amount of people I saw, and I do get it, right? When Kenny was dropping bad series, 0.7s, the 0.3 was just abysmal. But like,
0.3 was insane.
When he was having 0.7s, people were saying, and I get it, it's like, oh, well, if you bring someone else in that's dropping a 1, then OpTic are going to look better, and the more kills on the map are going to make them look better and all this. And it's like, I get that logic, but it's not like getting rid of Ken was going to fix their issues, certainly not in the longer term. Obviously, the issues kind of started to some degree with the pred drama at the beginning of the year. But now they've made the changes, and it's like, all right, well, who's left to blame? And a lot, the talk now is going on to Shotzzy. All the talk's going on to the coaching staff as well. But I think, frankly, criticism is deserving all over the shop when it's the worst season they've ever had.
What stands out to me is that Kenny went on a generational stinker. All right, a generational 0.5s, 0.6s, 0.3s. He leaves OpTic, and now he's like, 0.9 to 1.05. He's playing well pretty much every map. He has, you can't, obviously he's not like fucking absolutely tucking, but ain't no one talking about K.3 any right now. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere it's like they scapegoated Kenny, they scapegoated Pred. What else you got? Now everyone's scapegoating Shotzzy or Skies. That's all it is.
I mean, I think it's a genuine question, right? Is this the worst OpTic team? Not like quality of players, but as a team, is it the worst team they've ever had in the history of OpTic gaming?
Nah. They got top 24 at champs, bro.
No, but
that Zenny, Octane, Scump, and fucking.
Because that team was better. That team was better than that placement. I know people are going to look at that team, but like that team was actually.
That team was mid,
they were not good. They weren't good. I'm not trying to say they're good. But top 24 at champs. No, I think that team was better than this team. That team was better than this team, and I'll bring the stats out to prove it. I will bring the stats out to prove it. Oh God!
You can't bring up stats from World War II.
I got them.
Bro, who the fuck is moving on that team? Seth is their fastest player on that team.
I'm not saying they were good. I'm trying to say they were better than this team.
Rab, the fuck out with a sub.
Rab, they were getting tucked on a slow game. Could you imagine that for on this game? They'd be getting Kentucky fried.
All right, have a look at this. Have a look at this, yeah? I'm bringing it up. These are this is we're bringing it back here. These are actually JP's numbers from World War II. Here you go. Here you
Listen,
go.
you are absolutely.
Stage 2
I don't
stats.
know what you've been talking today.
OpTic Gaming Stage 2, 10-4 match win loss, 71 win percentage. 35 and 21 map count.
Bro,
Hardpoint
come
19 and 5. Wow, 19 and 5.
What they get at playoffs? What they get at playoffs?
Okay, they didn't place great. I didn't place great.
Hey, what they get at playoffs? No, seriously, I actually don't know.
I mean, what was playoffs?
get top-
Yeah. Was it
was
like
season
top
2
6 or
playoffs.
something?
It
I'll
was
look
top
it
8
up. I'll
only.
look it up.
I got top 8. I remember.
Okay, I'll find it. I actually forget.
I lost a trade that event, I think. I was literally dropping 40 every hardpoint and got top 8.
Was that Echo Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, they were top 8 with you. They were top 8 with you.
Oh, okay, so they got top
They
8.
lost to
Oh, what the
FaZe. They
fuck?
lost to FaZe, and then they got 3'd by Unilad. That's what happened there.
Oh, my Unilad. Those guys were fucking bro, what? We lost to Unilad that event too, I think, baby. I might be tweaking.
Alright, so-
Trey Zero was not losing to Unilad.
Yeah, but like, okay.
Oh, hell nah.
You trying to compare to where Moose Wuskin's absolutely smoking, man.
They got top 8 and top 24, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, the
That's
top
worst
24 was
top 8
also
team.
cheese because it was like bullshit. They only lost one series. Look, I'm not trying to cheese it too bad. I'm just saying I think there's a debate. Like, I don't think it's clear cut that this, like, they never looked as lost as. I mean, they weren't good. I'm not trying to say this team was good, but like, I don't think they were.
I might have to back your sentiment because I watched that team versus the other team on Black Ops 2 on that throwback, and they got fucking tucked too. So I might have to back your sentiment right now.
Oh god, I mean, I'm looking tournament results here. I'm just trying to look all time. OpTic, yeah, like PD says that OpTic team lost. Unilad weren't even bad. Yeah, look, these two were 0-18. I'm just saying. Anyway, I mean, I'm trying to look. To be honest, in my opinion, the World War II team was better. I was going way back in the day. I'm thinking like, you know, BO1. But even in BO1, they had nice teams. I mean, I'm trying to look through. You guys can just about see it here. I'm looking through like all-time OpTic teams here.
Like, that's how dog shit. That's how bad this World War II OpTic team was. They were fried in KDs.
Yeah, that's what I find funny about it. I mean, look at these KDs stream. Like, these are their overall stats. Method's at a 1.2, Octet at a 1.12, Scum at a 1.11, Crimin at a 1.06. Like, they were the most insane slaying team of all time. And they did win most of their hard points, to be fair. But at the big events, they just weren't very good. But they were still better than they. Let's have a look at Echo Fox. Let Echo Fox look.
Cindy was kill whoring. I think everyone was kill whoring on that team, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, what a team, man. Vicento Saints, Aqua, Temp. Not bad, to be fair. 905.
At playoffs, I went crazy, and then we just lost because Nato fucking. There's some tragic shit happened to Nato, bro.
This is like a crazy website.
To be fair, if people talk about a team that's
Oh,
never
here
won an
we
event,
go.
that should have won an event, my Red Reserve World War II team is like.
Oh yeah,
top
y'all
of the
should have
fucking-
won. Y'all should have won an event for sure.
That's top of the fucking.
I mean, you guys were 38 and
good.
21 map count stage 2, 14 and 5 in search. Let's have a look at the search stats. Little 1.13
our
from
search
0.
bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Our coach Dom,
Yeah.
bro, he was lining up Semtexes. Like sticky grenades that were actually like Saint Marie de Mont when people got the bomb down and people played that tower head glitch. We had a sticky Semtex that landed directly where the guy sat on there. We got so many kills. It was insane.
I remember those days.
Someone in the chat, Don Snaps. Shout out Don Snaps. He's been in my streams for fucking years. That's the wrong team, brother. When Attach ran through the fucking artillery, that was still the dynasty team.
Yeah, that was the dynasty team, so it's a different.
That's just the wrong team, brother.
And they
You're
also
thinking of
like
fucking-
they also made it to a finals, right? Like, so you know, you still
with
got to give
formal
that team
Prim
some
and-
respect.
yeah,
I'm
formal
just trying to
Prim
find a
Demon.
worse OpTic team. Like, I'm looking back at, I mean, Clay, Bose, Nade, and Scump. They weren't great. Big T Scump. I mean, this team wasn't great. I mean, it's really the Ghost season that was a bit of a nightmare.
UMG Philly, they had like Ricky or Big Timer or some shit. Bro, this
Yeah,
other
they had
team right now is
Ricky.
not the worst team ever, bro.
I mean,
just
It's
Nah,
not the worst
there's
team ever.
no way,
It just, yeah, no, you're tweaking. There's like
I'm not
bro, there's
tweaking.
Yo, who was their team at Philly?
Okay, big timer,
Bro,
Scump,
come
Nade,
on,
and
bro.
Ricky. Coach
Come on,
Flamesword.
Come on, bro. Like Kyler is running those guys down. Like Kyler goes to AW, Kyler's walking those guys down. Bro. I don't give a damn, bro.
Bro, there is 4 world champions on this team, Rabbi. You can mean to tell me that this is the worst?
I mean, I'm not
Travis
talking
just
about. I'm not talking about like the quality of the players. I'm making a different point, but I don't know. It's a conversation.
All right, listen. How about worst CDL era OpTic?
I mean, for sure. Like, there's never been this bad.
Isn't it?
Bro,
right?
bro.
Isn't it?
Not even
Isn't
close,
it crazy?
though.
They had Hollow and Draws and fucking.
Nah,
Okay,
that
well,
one
like
don't count.
OpTic-
No. That one don't count.
That
no.
one don't count, bro.
No, that's OGLA. That wasn't Hex. That wasn't Hex and the boys.
Yeah,
Though.
I mean, yeah.
That wasn't Hex and the boys. Come on.
This is so much worse than Cold War. Look, bro, they might not even make champs. Like, are we serious? OpTic every year have always been at least like, are we serious right now? OpTic are the 8th seed. They currently have 130 points. FaZe have nearly triple that. Like, it's never been this bad. I refuse to acknowledge it's ever been this bad.
Alright, bro.
Bro, there's no way. Like, people are saying
Hey,
Cold
hey,
War.
hey,
It's like, Cold War's team was way better than this team.
To be fair, 0 and 18 is pretty.
No,
diabolical.
0-18 is insane. 0-18 is insane.
They've been top 8 both
I
events. They're
can't argue.
currently 8th in the league. Like, they're not. You know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
argue that. I can't argue that.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think they can turn it around, but like, Penn says Rab wants to hate so
Big
bad.
T, Ricky Big T, Nate Shot Seth though. That's not insane.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not an insane squad.
Now that might be, that's what I'm saying. Those
I
teams.
think that was
are
Big
up
T's
there.
last event. He said, "Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I'm out, bro." What the hell?
He-
Shit bad.
he said, "What the fuck? What the fuck with this team? I if I could pull this shit out of a hat." They said this is the only team we could get.
Look, what I'm saying is, it's only up from here. It can only
it's
get better for OpTic. It can only get better.
Well, nah, that's actually not true. Because they can still not make champs.
Well, that is possible, yeah.
Bro, it's actually so crazy how it's like very possible.
I mean, Scum was talking about it on stream, and he was like, "Ooh, it's a little bit dodgy." He said,
this is why I fuck with Scump. Shout out Seth Abner, the fucking king, the GOAT. You do whatever you want.
He does keep it real nowadays. He didn't used to, I think. He used to be a little bit. He used to be a little bit on the fence, but now he ain't sugarcoating shit.
Because this is somewhat his legacy too. You know, he said, listen, Dashy, Shotzzy, pass me the keys. And they just drove the car straight into a fucking wall.
They done a scrappy at that fucking parking lot in Dallas.
No, they won champs. But listen, I fuck with Scump the way he keeps it real. And Hex too. They all keep it real on stream. They don't sugarcoat nothing. They said, fuck it. You guys are
I just thought of fucking Scrappy driving his car into the fucking wall. He just handed him the keys and just fucking drove the car straight into the wall. Bro. Holy shit, bro.
Nah, T-Stream, they did win a ring. I'm joking. All right, it's a joke. Everyone calm down. I know you guys love OpTic, but I just want to say shout out to like the OpTic podcast, the OpTic like watch party that actually keep it real with the team. Like they're actually sat there like you know, fucking. They ain't sitting there saying, "Nah, these boys are just unlucky." It's like, what the fuck are we doing? And it's good to see.
Yeah, Scrappy can't be serious, bro.
That was a terrible time. Yeah.
What's funny is he just left his car there.
He just left it there.
We're still there. We're still there.
Yeah. No one taking that. Yeah, man. OpTic, what a team. Anyway, we'll move on from them. Few other teams I wanted to get through before we close out the show. I mean, we've done Falcons. We can have a quick word on Gentlemates because we have crowned them now the new worst team in the league.
Oh, they are so fucking bad.
Your boy Johnny has actually been kind of cooking, but you got to wonder. I mean, Kismet's effectively been given the keys here, right? Because everyone else has been dropped. And it doesn't look like it's going to plan right now. Luna's... It's tough. It's what I'm saying. Well, I can't even be asked talking about them, Trey. You talk about them. I'm fed up of this team.
Someone just said Longneck would probably blame the wall, but listen. All All right, listen, we clowned Vegas for whatever. Like, obviously, they were the worst team in the league. But LAG are not far behind. And I think right now, they are genuinely the worst team in the league. You can look at the numbers, whatever like that. This new Falcons roster, we got to start afresh from when they started this new team. I don't know what it is, but, bro, you've got, like, you might as well just blow it up. Dude, so you might as well just blow it up. Pay everyone their 2 months. Get 4 challenger players on the 50k min. Save some money, because my word, is this absolutely goddamn terrible.
Appreciate you for the $2, Roscoe, by the way. Proloot and Vivid for Hook or Skies. I mean, I don't know about that, brother. But
Bro,
appreciate
this
$2.
LAG team is a fucking mess. I DM'd Kismet. This is me being trolly, but I DM'd Kismet like before they even picked these guys up. I'm like, let me know if I need to start playing the game, because all you need is an AR that can get a fucking kill. Hey, I could drop a 1. Give me like 2 months. By Major 4, I got you. I come in this bitch, drop a 1 KD. Because these motherfuckers are kind of mid. I ain't gonna lie. And I fuck with Fellow. I fuck with Fellow a lot. I played with him in the league. Noah Lunars, I played with him in Challengers last year. I think he has really high potential. This is just from when I played with him in Challengers. His like, I feel like he doesn't know how to play like fully yet. Like he just needs more time. I do feel like Lunars could play in the league eventually. I just think like, I just thought his IQ wasn't good in Challengers CoD. So obviously, it's the league. It's the big dog shit. Like you gotta know, you gotta have better just in game. You gotta be better in game. And like he played really good in Challengers. I think they won the first elite with Fellow and Nep. He was on that team. But like obviously, look at fucking Nep. Nep is literally God. And I don't know how it worked. I don't know. Maybe you could pull up like the Challenger stats, but looking at their hardpoint on this team, like Kiz is literally doing all the OBJ. Like, and I feel like Fellow and Lunars and Johnny. Well, Johnny at least is getting kills. So like, Johnny's not in the fucking hill either, but at least he's getting kills. Lunars and Fellow are not in the hill, and they're not getting kills. And Kiz is also not doing that, but at least he's doing all the OBJ. Like, he has 72 seconds over there, 3 matches. He has damn near all the bomb plants. Like, Kiz is gonna look a lot worse, and I got him on my goddamn fantasy team. This guy's not doing anything for me. He's not helping at all. But like, Kiz is gonna be one of those players who look worse when he has worse players around him. I think Kiz has been good at this game. That's why they fucking gave him the keys. But this is not gonna work. And I also don't think Fellow or Lunars could be like a ghosty or a fucking accuracy type player and just change their whole play style and just sit in the hill like how we kind of want Skies to do. So I don't know. I don't know how this AR duo is going to work, even though they won the Challengers Elite. So like clearly, and if they go back and play Challengers, they might fuck around. And they won 2 or no, they won 2. No. They won 1 Challengers Elite together. Fellow won the other one too. Fellow won back-to-back Challengers Elites. Clearly, whatever the fuck he's doing, it gets him to the league. It's just like what I said. I'm pretty sure I said this when he got picked up. You have to play good once you get to the league, bro. Like this,
no one gives a fuck what you do in challenges. No one does.
Exactly.
No one gives a fuck.
Like your first match was huge. Your first match was huge. You should have beat a broken Ravens team, and that would have gave this team some confidence. But like just looking at it, Kiz is literally the only one doing OBJ. Johnny's the only one getting the kill. The other 2 have to do better.
They should have got beaten 4-0 by Boston as well. Boston threw the search bad.
All right, listen, there's my take, all right? Kismet, all right? Unbelievable enabler.
Yeah.
He is the best enabler. We've seen it with his New York team. In my opinion, he has to be the worst player on the team to be one of the best on the team.
Right.
And that's not me disrespecting him. He can fucking shoot. But his best attribute is making everyone better around him. And if he's got 3 players that are better than him on the team, he makes them 10 times better. Right. And himself. We saw it on MW3 with Hydra. like it don't get. We saw it in MW2 with Hydra and the players around him. He makes everyone 10 times better in his team. Listen, Kismet's a dog,
Yes.
but not on a team where, respectfully, they ain't very good.
Yeah.
You know, Kiz gets a lot of disrespect when he doesn't play well on the map, but like I said, you've got to understand what you get with Kiz, all right? He ain't 99 Kiz with poor players around him. He's 99 Kiz with best players around him because he makes them better, which allows him to do what he needs to do on the map. It's kind of a weird play style, but it's a great attribute if you're a top team.
Yeah.
He's like Hixie, but way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's... And I feel for him in this team. Obviously, you know, going from your world championship winning team to this team, you know, it's a fucking kick in the face. Shout out Johnny. He's absolutely tucking. That's what Lunas needs to be doing, what Johnny's doing.
Lunas has been
Coming
like
out of
so
town.
ass, bro. Like, which is tough because no, but he's been woeful. Like, did you see that clip where the guy jumped up on Hacienda and he just missed all the bullets? And I know that probably the pressure's on him a little bit, but obviously when Fellow came in, it was meant to be like, all right, Luna's like, we've obviously dropped Lins, we've got rid of our piece, building around Kiz. Lunas comes in with Fellow, they've got some experience together. Like, I was hoping he would, you know, get the best out of Lunas a little bit, but it's not happened so far. Obviously, it's short for them, but maybe it's still early days a little.
I feel like Kiz was LAG's best player, like someone said in the chat, because he just didn't give a fuck because of how bad they were. Now, he got some of the changes that maybe he didn't necessarily want fully. But, you know, it's still like a fresh team, so he's, you know, doing whatever he needs to do. Don't be surprised if Kismet turns into the best player for this team once again because he realizes how bad it is.
Bro, you know their next 2 games they play?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's not. Look at this run. Look at this run stream. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man.
I'll give Luna. Someone said I'll give Lunas a pass this year. He came into an ass situation. He's still young and raw. Listen, I will give anyone the pass that comes into a shit situation, but you gotta fucking get a kill,
He's
son.
gotta do better. He's gotta do better.
It's not like I've seen
Johnny
players
has come in and like already people
listen,
are saying,
I don't
"All right."
want to listen. I don't want to hear it. All right, when Kicks from Saudi Arabia was on a team 0 and fucking 13, getting ass slammed every fucking day of the week, and Xnid, let's not try that. And they were still shooting. They were winning their ones against top players.
people want
you
Kicks
gotta
back.
do that.
So,
Listen,
I have a
Lunas
question.
Lunas ain't getting a pass no more. Go on, Don.
I have a question. So I feel like Kiz works so well with fucking kill horse. Like, why the fuck? Like, I just heard, like, I don't know exactly what happened. I just heard they didn't like playing with Sid. But like, looking at how his fucking year like turned out, and him and Caesar's year turned out, like, why the fuck would he not stay playing with Sid? Like, Sid was their best player. Obviously, Paco, I would take Paco over Dante, but like, Sid was their best player at last year's champs. And I'm pretty sure they just really didn't like playing with Dante. Like, that's literally the only reason.
mean,
like, Dante got dropped. Like, what the fuck happened with that?
I heard some like insider shit. Obviously, that's like some player whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get into it. Like, speaking with a few people about it. Like, they were. I would say that team, Sib was probably the odd one out. In terms of like teammate wise. Like Sib's an interesting character, right? He's very nonchalant, you know.
Right.
You know, he's very nonchalant. You know, he gets the job done. He just wants to sit there and play. You know, he just looks angry 24/7. I fuck with Sib. I love Dante to pieces. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, I feel like he's similar to me in a lot of ways.
I think he is very similar to you. Very similar.
He's
to
difficult.
You know,
He's
you
fucking
gotta,
gross.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible. The thing is I feel like after they won the world championships, all 4 of them had an ego.
Okay.
Against each other, because I said they should have, after that situation, these 4 players should have all just split and done their own thing. They should have all went onto their own separate teams, and look what happened. Sib went onto his own team, tucking. Hydra went onto his own team, tucking. Caesar, Kismet, Priester, fucking tucked. They should have all done their own thing.
It just makes no sense to me, bro. Like,
I think,
respectfully,
I think they won the world champs and they got second next year, and they were like, "I'm the fucking dog's bollocks. I'm him," and they all thought that.
Yeah.
So then, you know, when everyone goes around and says, "Oh, we don't need him."
Yeah.
Nah, we don't need it. Listen, that team worked great together. And
I'm just saying, imagine Kiz on C9 for fucking respectfully Macker attach.
bro,
Like,
that's what, yeah, for
that
sure.
team
Nah, it
to
would
me
be nice.
is way better. Like, what the fuck? Dante could just kill her, not even worry about shit. Crimp and Kiz as a sub duo. Crimp could just kill her too. Like, Kiz is just fucking planting bombs, and then whoever you fucking pick, attach or Mac. Like, I just feel like they should have put the egos to like the side. If that's what happened, like I said, I don't know what the fuck happened.
That's what I can really like justify
Like,
the point
yeah.
of. Yeah, like, you know, you either love Sib or you hate Sib. Like, there's no in between. Like, I feel like he's, you know, you don't go, nah, Sib's all right. You go, yeah, I fucking love Dante. Nah, I don't fuck with him. You know, that's pretty much the way I see it because of the way he carries himself, Dante. Like, you know, he's he's about himself, and that's what I fuck with that.
I've hung out with Dante one day, literally one time. It was so random, and like I had a blast. Yo, I fuck with Dante, bro. I feel like me and him are so similar. We just never hung out again after that. But like, I just feel like you have to put like I understand people are difficult. I've been difficult throughout my career. I just don't agree with making some horseshit team because I don't fucking like the way this guy speaks sometimes. Like, bro, Dante was the best player on their team at Champs, and then now he's on C9 fighting for his fucking life to compete at Champs, and they are all too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just saying, like, I feel like they should regret their team decisions at the beginning of this year. That's what I like. How y'all go from second at Champs to bottom of the league? Y'all are literally on the worst teams in the league. Besides Caesar, Caesar's on OpTic, but he's gonna. Well, how long is that gonna last? Like the way he's playing.
I mean, listen, respectfully, you know, didn't they drop Priester after winning MW2 champs?
They did.
Yeah.
Maybe that tells you all you need to know.
and then they brought him back into this LAG team. Listen, it just sounds like very poor team decisions to me. It sounds to me like a lot of friendship decisions, in my opinion. And I feel like that's what this LAG team created at the start of the year, was a team that was made with world champions in it, but should not have been made. But it was, hey, it was great at the start of the year when it got made. We were vibing. And I just feel like in this situation, it just didn't work out. Like Don said, we're in a cold cut league now, where you can get dropped on a random one, like Vivid, for example, top 4 in the league, boom, on your ass, done and dusted. There's no more friendship teams. It's about winning. Look at FaZe, for example. They don't really fuck with anyone else but themselves at events. You see them, it's all 4 of them together. No one else.
Yeah, they're always together, bro.
And they're cold with it too. You know, straight faces, they laugh at each other, but they see another team, it's fucking, it's on site.
It's game day. Hell yeah.
Yeah, listen, I just think poor team decisions. I think Kiz makes a team, a good team around him 10 times better. That's why he's a cold pick. I just don't think he can be the best player on your team.
Right.
Speaking of friendship teams, quick word on C9 before we get to the last couple of teams I want to mention. Because we've just seen what Ravens have done at the start of the show. They blew that shit up. They tried to change. It didn't work. And then it had to be done. So C9, interesting spot. We know that they had the cap trial for Attach. They played this weekend. They obviously got 3-0 smoked by OpTic last weekend. They then got 3-0 smoked by Thieves again, which should be no real surprise. I mean, this was not close, really. I mean, the game one was a little bit interesting, but I mean, Mac had a 0.6 map 1 as predicted. Hydra just took over the series, GG. But I actually did predict it on the pre-show. I said Mac would have a 0.6 map 1, so I actually did call it. It's my bad, but I mean, like, my bad, Mac. But we're doing some prize picks before the show. Shout out prize picks, use code breaking point and all that. And I was like, yeah, Mac's getting tucked map 1, and he did. But then they beat ROKKR because ROKKR affords, okay, fine, still embarrassing way to lose. Could this give them a bit of energy? Like, could this be a turn? Could they turn a corner here? Because I don't think so. I still think they're cooked, and I still think friendship. Like at the end of the day, if Lamar wasn't the coach here, Attach would have already been dropped, in my opinion.
Damn.
I love Attach, but like
I'm not gonna lie. That loss to ROKKR, a loss to ROKKR probably would have.
They would have had 2 tweets today. Would have had.
And listen, I will say as well. I will say as well, Dill had an okay series as well, and he clutched up when he needed to clutch up. That was like pure. That
To
was
be
like
fair,
pure
that is
veteran
true.
clutch.
He did 1v1 ice. Maybe it's not Itachi should be under so much pressure. Maybe it should be Mac. I don't know. But like,
Well,
It's-
listen,
it's-
I feel like maybe Itachi isn't the one to go, but I feel like he would have gone by now if Lamar wasn't the coach, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
Matt,
probably.
listen, Ed, listen. Dill's had a rough year, but in that series, a reverse sweep, I'm pretty sure he fried in the control. Yep, 2.0, 20 and 10. That's
Yeah.
how you want to bounce back being 2-0 down, by the way. 20 and 10, you people are looking at him like we said it before, Cap got a try or whatever like that. He fought for his goddamn motherfucking spot right there.
Yeah.
And listen, map 3, like map 1, 0.8, map 2, 0.5, you're thinking, fuck, like, is this the last time we see Dill on this roster? Map 3, 20 and 10. Map 4, 29 and 33. Slow map, red card, a little bit of a mix or whatever. Map 5, 8 and 4, 2.0. Absolute veteran plays in the S&D. Like, you know what you're getting with him. We just want to see him being a bit more consistent. I love Dill. I love him in the league. He's a great personality. He's one of the only really remaining OGs we've got left. We're losing them left, right, fucking rhubarb.
Yeah.
So it's always nice seeing him like this. I just think he's in a weird spot, and this loss we could have seen him go. I'm hoping that he takes this series and they don't drop him. I don't believe they will, but he takes this series. His team needed him in this last S&D. I feel like he played very well. Obviously a little bit unfortunate with Kenny in that plant spot, but listen, last round I'm pretty sure it's Dill left in a 1v1.
He iced up 1v1. This is what he does.
He played well. Absolute veteran play. I just want to see him be a bit more consistent, and it's probably a little bit hard for him right now after that capsule stuff like that. So, Godspeed to him. I hope he carries on.
It's just you look at the team, and I'm like, how the hell is his team like 9th in the league? They're still way off. Like, I look at the players, I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be this ass, but they've just been pretty ass most of the year.
I want to give a shout out to Krem too. This guy is absolutely killing it this year.
Yep.
By far their best player. Sib, not their best player. Sorry, I think Sib's their best player, but impactful wise on a sub and keeping the energy going, this guy has got it. Because I'm not gonna lie, Attach, Mac, and Sib, they don't really give the most crazy amount of energy. Let's be real. Attach very cool, calm, collective. Mac just sits there and does what he needs to do. Sib nonchalantly just looks fucking cool. So at least he's bringing the energy, screaming and shouting, getting the boys hyped, and it's class really. He's very fucking good.
I'm gonna fix the cameras. Don't worry. Hang on, stream. It's going back. But it got
Like
so much
everything you
RAM.
said.
There we go. Cameras are back. Only so much RAM on this PC. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I just fear that this this win for C9 is going to be a dangerous win, where they're going to be like, we're back. And then maybe it wouldn't matter anyway because they play Boston Surge next weekend. They're probably going to stick it out through the major regardless. And I'm not necessarily saying that if they blow it up right now, they could have, would do anything differently. But I think this is one of the reasons why Ravens have pulled the trigger on the Dillon Wrecks thing, because now it's like, well, even if Cloud9 wanted to do that, now they can't anymore. At least for that player, they could still make a change. We look at the standings. They're at 105, 25 points off the pace. I expect ROKKR to come back strongly. Of course, Miami turned the corner.
I ain't
We'll
gonna
get
lie.
into that in a
If
deal.
I'm C9, I'm doing everything in my power to listen to Don and get Kismet in this team. I think Kismet makes this team fucking unreal.
That is a fire shout. I think he'd look good in the jersey too.
I think Kiz makes this team. Listen, people want to sit there and look at this LAG team. Kiz has been their best player this year.
Oh, we saw him in the jersey
also
at
de-
World Cup.
He's also dealt with some shit. I think Kiz makes this team so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, this team is just in a weird ass spot, bro. Like, if you're looking at their stats for this major, like now they're probably looking at it like, damn, like the friendship thing that you said, Rap. Like, I definitely agree. Like, if it wasn't Lamar as the coach, the deal may have been gone already. But then now Mac's playing like shit, so it's like, what the fuck do we do? Like, damn, should we drop Dill? Like, Mac has a 0.7 in hardpoint. Like,
It's just so competitive at this part of the league. Like, it's so competitive.
what is their record in S&D?
Someone said Sib, Mac, Flex, Kiz, and Kremp would be top 6.
Their S&D is awful. Everything is just awful right now. Like,
Interesting take actually about yeah, like you could put
Listen,
Mac on a
my
flex
thing
again.
is like, do I want Mac on a flex, or do I want Dillon on a main? You know, that's your two biggest things. But listen, I would hate for. Obviously, we're just speaking hindsight, and it probably won't happen because you know Kiz is locked in there. He's going to be locked in there for a while. I feel like he's going to be there next year too. I think they're happy with Kiz over there. Maybe I'm just spitballing, but maybe they'll get a better team next year or whatever. But whatever is the situation right now with Sib, I would not change anything his role whatsoever. So that's my opinion on it. Making Sib go to like the main is not something I would do.
nah. Sib is your scrappy type player. Like, let him run around and get kills, bro. He's been a top, like, bro, he is the AR. Like, he is the best piece on this team. Like, he is the AR that can fuck Scrappy up on a good day. He can fuck selling him up. Like,
Sib is a piece.
You don't need to change shit.
Sib is a piece right now that could make, like, Sib's the next piece to make the next top 3, top 4 team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
100%.
next year, don't be surprised if Sib is on a team that makes that team top 3, top 4.
People talking about Falcons and that. I get it.
Yeah. Listen, and you want to look at the start of the year, just in comparison to how good Sib is at the start of the year, he was getting tucked and everyone was clowning him, and he brought his KD back. Now he's looking like top 5 in the league.
Yeah, he's good. Fucking godlike.
Their matches, I mean, Boston and Surge, both of them I'd say are winnable. Near enough. I mean, winnable. Like, I don't think they're going to win them. But I think they
listen, here's my thing. ROKKR are the biggest breaker. ROKKR are the biggest breakers in the league, respectfully. Yeah. They should not have won that series, but they did. Cool, whatever. I'll say that about every series. Boston, just a better team. Not even on paper, just better teamwork team. And Surge, Surge
is way better than them.
Surge is just gross. And like I said, we're not even just talking about how they are right now in terms of gameplay wise. We're talking about how that camp is. Like, let's not forget that they trialed another player, and they just got 3-0 smoked by a team, and they got and they clutched up reverse swept a ROKKR team. So, listen, I love the boys. I say it about everyone. I don't want anyone to get dropped, but this team is going 1-4.
And then the stage after that, they play Falcons, maybe on the rise, and then they play Ultra, FaZe, Miami, Thieves. So,
well, listen,
good luck making winners there.
We've given a lot of people some props. We've talked a lot of shit about some people. There's one team we can't ignore, and that's Heretics.
Hell yeah, let's get into it, baby. It's time. It is time.
Because, listen, you guys want to clown me or I clown Spanish CoD? They are frying right now. I'm
Method 6.
I'm still not liking the smoking emojis. I will say it. Bear in mind, this is online, all right. But Super is absolutely goddamn him. And we spoke about this on the Friday show. It's embarrassing that you guys let a guy like this, who is now 24 years old, sit on the bench for so long when you've had absolute fucking stink bugs rolling around, getting tucked left, right, rhubarb. You've had a generational player on your bench just tucking man left, right, center, and you've just gone there. You know what? We'll give him 2 years. We'll stick him on there now. Yeah. Don't give me that. Don't give me the smoking emoji bullshit. You guys have been smoking the rocks for the past 2 years. Don't give me that.
Bro.
There he is. He's in the chat. There he is.
Let's go. Let's go. He's here.
And
we
like
got the tweets. He was waiting. He was waiting the last 2 hours for the Heretics chat.
I will always give my credit to a team that is doing goddamn well, and this team is doing goddamn well. They're working well together.
Yeah.
They're working
fun to
well
watch,
together.
man. They're really fun to watch.
They are. Bro, listen, I feel sorry for Real because he was their best player. Now Super's overtaken. But that's what I like to see from this team. It's great. Look, like I said, they've obviously been putting in some work. I don't know how scrims are going because not many people talk about their scrims. But if Methods wants to say anything, like if they're going good or bad, but I feel like Super has reignited some Spanish passion into this team. Like it's, you see him play. He looks fantastic on the map. He's frying everyone. It's not like he's just tucking bad teams. They're tucking top teams now. For me, they look fantastic. Obviously, we're gonna have to see how they do. Atlanta is their own home major, so I don't know who they play their next 2 matches. Reb, you'll have to update me real quick.
In a second. I was just gonna bring this up.
They've beaten some top teams.
Super's got number 1 KD in the league this stage.
Yes, and
There
right.
it
So
is.
listen, they play Ultra and ROKKR.
Lucky, welcome to Generational. Appreciate you.
So respectfully, we're either looking at a 5-0 or a 4-1. We're gonna be in a close game with Ultra. And no doubt in my mind, you're gonna go 3. You're gonna beat ROKKR 3-2. You're gonna come back. You're gonna reverse sweep them and come back from 100 points down just to top off ROKKR's weekend because that's just how they are. But you are looking like you're gonna go into this split with first seed, or at least minimum second. And yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about this team right now.
Couple of things I'll say. Luke has an interesting take as well. We'll get to that in a second. I'm real happy that we're starting to see some evidence that this project can work in the same way that I'm happy that Falcons haven't just given up on the Saudi project and Exnid looks like he's going to be in the league for some time to come. I think it's good for the league that Heretics are proving that they can be a force. I know it's for this team, it's online so far, but they were top 3 on LAN earlier in the year. They've been pretty up and down apart from that, mostly down. They've messed around with lots of players over the last few years. We've had Eric Boom in the team. We've had Journey in the team. We've had, obviously, Metals is still there. We've had Lucky. We've had Vickle. We've gone through a lot of players, and they've now settled on what looks to be a really strong core. I mean, Renkor, I think, was always going to be Rookie of the Year this year. That stays true in my opinion. Real, what's interesting is that Real was known about, and it wasn't that long after people were talking about him that he got his shot. He got his shot on London, and then he ended up on this team. Renkor and Super have been talked about for a couple of years, and finally they figured out whatever was going on there and gave him the chance. The thing is with Metals, I think what Luke is getting at is that Metals is not consistent, and he's not, right? I don't think anyone's denying that. But when he plays well, the team is basically unbeatable within reason because the other guys are so good. And when he plays well, he plays insanely well. And that's, I think with Heretics, you've got to accept, if you're Heretics, you've got to accept the fact that you're not going to be insanely consistent. I think that's okay. I think you want your peaks to be really high. I think that's how you get the upset results. If I'm Heretics, I'm happier being a team that gets a top 8, a top 12 at a LAN, but has the potential to win, then I'm happy being consistently top 4,
top 6,
or top 6. Yeah, exactly.
Just before Don starts speaking on this team, one thing I will add is this team looks very good right now, and Super looks unfucking believable. The only thing I will say is I don't want this team to be like a Ravens, where Gwyn is absolutely tucking people online and goes to LAN and just doesn't do the exact same as he does online. Because like I said, it's like fake gameplay, for example. And, there's no there's no solving that. There really isn't. You fry online, you go to LAN, you do well, but not as good. So, that's the only thing I will say. Like I said, we've got to see how these play on LAN, but right now they've got my vouch.
Okay, so what you just said, I'm personally, maybe the whole team might play worse on LAN, but I'm not worried about Super because that first map, remember when they won we talked about it last week, when he won that 1v1 or 1v2 round 11, that instantly, to me, it's your first match as a starter, so I'm not counting the other shit where he filled in or whatever. That's fucking huge, bro. A 1v2 round 11 for your confidence is fucking huge. Bro, this guy is fucking killing it. Like you said, Renkor is Rookie of the Year right now. Super, if he plays like this, he might be goddamn first team MVP.
But to be
This
fair,
motherfucker is going crazy.
Renkor was only in battles with King Abodi at the time. So
He
like,
was.
You know,
It was
that's where
King Abodi, Kicks
Yeah.
to Whom, and Wixel. So you know.
Okay.
He's,
Okay.
when we said
Okay.
Renkor, the pool of
It's got a
players
bit
wasn't
more comp
exactly.
now.
It wasn't
Okay, yeah,
exactly
okay.
like, you know, we
He's
weren't
got
looking
some
at like
clout now, but
yeah.
I'm
it wasn't
really
coachable.
really impressed with this team and like how they're playing. I really don't have anything bad to say about them, bro. Like, you guys pretty much said everything. I'm looking forward to see how they play. It'd be really cool to see them make a run, like a real run, like
Godspeed.
where they just get momentum and they make a finals or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for ROKKR. I know ROKKR about to play them. I hope ROKKR beats them. But these guys look better than ROKKR right now. These guys look better than a lot of teams right now. So they might fuck around and go 5-0. So
If your old team got third at Major 1, this team, you gotta think like
you can make finals, yeah. They
you
should
can
be
make
confident.
finals.
They should be confident, like that they can win. So
I mean, whenever you beat FaZe in whatever form, like
Yeah.
you're always taking away a lot of confidence from that. So, but we'll get to FaZe just briefly. I think for Heretics, what's amazing is that last week, I think most of the community was of the belief that they probably ain't making champs. It's going to be tough for them to hold on. They looked like they were probably slumping a bit. ROKKR looked better. Maybe C9 could turn it around. All of a sudden, they're a big favorite now to make it. And it's only been 2 results, but they're 2 very telling results. And certainly beating FaZe is massive. They're now 7th in the league. They're just behind Boston. I mean, they're basically tied with Boston and OpTic, but they're sitting at 130. Their run, I mean, if we look at their matches, it's certainly not the easiest. But this upcoming weekend is a couple. I mean, to be fair, it's not bad, is it? You'd take this, I think, if you're Heretics. It's Toronto, ROKKR, Thieves, Gentlemates, free dub. Falcons, you've got to be confident. Cloud9, Ravens. I mean, you couldn't ask for too much better than this, all things considered.
yeah, they're chilling.
And, you know, they're at 130. They're going to be having a nice winners bracket seed for the major. They look pretty good to make it right now. Obviously, you know what I think about Boston. I still think Boston are a bit precarious. I still think Miami could be precarious too, but
Listen, if we didn't do this show, you'd have Boston as like the best team in the game, I swear.
no, I'm still. Every
One thing
time
you
I
gotta know
pick them,
about
I'm
Rab.
like
One thing you gotta know about
nervous.
Rab, Don, is Rab thinks Boston are fucking elite.
No, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like that.
he's
He's
cammy taxing. He's cammy taxing.
Yeah, I'm cammy taxing, but
Yeah,
I
Cammy
have some
fan, bro.
belief.
That's
I'm just looking at the. You just look at the teams. I'm like, shit, man. This is insane for champs, because Heretics, Boston, OpTic, all there in the mix. ROKKR, Cloud9 trying to make
That's
a
it.
move.
That's a good question from Jilly. What do you think is the magic number to make champs 150?
No, I think it'll be more than that.
A little bit more than that.
There's a lot of points.
I think
in
like
the
170,
major.
180.
I think something like that. Yeah, I think like one. In my head, ROKKR have to get like 2 top 6s, which is what, like 35
ROKKR
points. That's 170.
Yeah.
180.
ROKKR
I reckon
gotta
like
win their
180
next
you'll
match.
need. I reckon you'll need
I'll be
180.
right back.
Yeah, you're good. Dom.
Yeah, no, you're good. Listen, ROKKR got to win that next match and get like top 4.
I mean, they've still got a couple majors. Like, look, so just keep in mind, it's 100 points for winning a major. So I'm not
Yeah, but
saying
I
they're
don't
going
see
to win the
ROKKR
major.
winning. I don't see ROKKR winning a major, and I'm not confident in ROKKR's online fucking game 5 fucking choking every map bullshit.
Well, I know you are right. So this is how it works. So if you're dead last, 0 points. If you come top 8, you get 15. If you're top 6, you get 30. Top 4, you get 45, 60, 75, 100. That is the run. So like 2 top 6s will get you 60 points. And a top 4 will get you a good chunk. But it's not massive. I mean, top 6 is not easy. And that's the same as 3 online qualifier dubs. So, you know, it's the online qualifiers for these teams in the mix are still super important, because it's really only the big teams that are picking up the big points for the majors. But that's how it looks right now anyway. I'm
It's-
thinking like
listen,
we're 180, 175.
I think 180 is the cut. I think 180 is the cut. I also listen. If I'm a team that has 5 points, that's a dub in my book. Those 5 points are huge.
Yeah. No, but I think you'll
Just looking
get,
at it right
get
now,
more back
bro.
because, you know, major free, you know what I'm saying there.
Look at it right now. Cloud9 are literally above ROKKR just because of the 5 points.
Yeah, the 5 points were big.
I'm telling you,
major
the
for
5
sure.
points is going to fuck someone over from champs. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I mean, on paper it could even out because, actually, yeah, on paper it could even out because, you know, there's more 5 points on the line, but you never know. It's probably it might well come down to that. It really might well come down to that. But I think the top 5 will be comfortable, whatever, so Ravens have the room to play around a little bit. But
Yeah,
just
Ravens
before we
are good. I
close the
think-
show,
yeah.
let's talk about FaZe. Because, look, Thieves are being Thieves, Toronto are being Toronto. They played a great series yesterday. Obviously, you know, we can talk about that a bit, but I think both those teams are kind of where we expect them to be on some level, both cooking online, playing some great CoD. I think Toronto looked like they could be becoming ever more of a serious force. But FaZe are still our number 1 seed in the league. They're still at 340 points. They're back-to-back-to-back champions if you go back to Esports World Cup. But they've started off the stage 1-2. And I know that people are going to say, oh, well, you know, it's just online FaZe. This is how it is sometimes. But in all of their series, they've not exactly looked spectacular. I mean, even the series they played against the Ravens, I'm bringing it up right now, they had to win the protocol 250-242. And that was against what we now know to be a pretty broken Ravens team. Like, this could have gone 5. Maybe they still would have won it in 5, but it wasn't exactly a clean dub. They lost to Toronto in 5. Both maps they won were super competitive. And then they've just lost to Heretics, again in a 3-1. Their hardpoint has been the shaky thing this stage, FaZe. And look, maybe they still go... This is what FaZe would kind of used to do sometimes. They would end up having a 3-2 stage, and they would be okay. But I think definitely this stage, it feels a little bit different. I'm not saying that they're not going to turn up to LAN and still play some great stuff, because I think they will. But you've got to recognize that there is a world where they start in the losers bracket, as insane as that sounds. They play OpTic and Falcons. I've still got them winning both those series. But the Falcons series is kind of interesting because FaZe's weakness lately has been their hardpoint. We can see it in the numbers here. And, I mean, this stage, they're in hardpoint, they're 2-4 in hardpoint this stage, 2-2 in search, 2-1 in control. That's Falcons' like best mode, their bread and butter right now. And then the OpTic series, I mean, you know, it's FaZe OpTic. I guess anything can happen, but not in recent times. So probably they still win both, and then they go 3-2, and nobody really cares anymore. They go to the major and still make the finals. But is there anything to this whole FaZe downfall narrative?
I don't think so. I think they're fine. I mean, you have not seen Sim play like this for 3 matches straight. Like, Sim's playing like his worst 3 matches I've seen in a while. Abeezy's also, I mean, Benjay Nassim keeps spamming this, but Abeezy hasn't been playing good at hardpoint either. So I don't ever like really talk too in depth on these guys, because like, to me, they're going dynasty mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if they lose to Falcons, okay, and they start in losers bracket, we should be worried. But I feel like there's just no reason to worry right now about them. Which is how I feel.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm just going through their pick and bans right now. Just seeing if they're like trying to expand their map pool at all. Yeah, that's what.
Their hardpoint just been pretty weak. I mean, their search has been fine. But look, I think they just got caught off guard by a couple of teams that frankly wanted it more in Toronto and certainly Heretics.
Yeah.
That's true. But
That's true.
and when you've got 7 qualifiers, no big deal, whatever. We'll still get to 4 and 3. But 5 qualifiers is a little bit like, you know, you can get screwed by the bracket a little bit. And Falcons, I don't know the way that Falcons think. I think they probably are thinking of the way that, look, we're not going to do anything this year. Let's just try and play spoiler. And maybe that's a pretty scary mentality for the team to have. Although ever since Arcety's left the Terrors, he's been getting tucked by them bad. So I'm not sure that's necessarily going to change. And then OpTic could OpTic play spoiler in that final series? I mean, the thing is, it's a must-win for OpTic as well. That's the notable thing, because OpTic are 2-2, and if OpTic lose this series, they might be in losers. We're not really sure right now because the standings are super tight. But if we look at it, Major 3 qualifiers, I mean, OpTic are 8-8 map count, FaZe are 6-7 map count, 1-2. Falcons are 5-7, Ravens are 9-9, Ultra are only 6-7 because they got 3-0 forfeited by Boston. Boston are 8-4. So like, OpTic, it's super tight is the point. And even ROKKR are 9-11. If they were to beat Miami in any fashion, they probably make it, ROKKR, because their map win count will be good enough. So OpTic can't really afford to lose, and neither can FaZe. Because in either scenario, both of those teams are certainly on the bubble of making it to... Like, I don't... It's difficult to imagine that both OpTic and FaZe make it, given that they play each other. Like, one of them is pretty likely to be a loser. It's not guaranteed. I think there's so many permutations here. But it's like not like OpTic can just be like, whatever, like, we're 4-0, we play FaZe 4-1, like, it is what it is. Like, this is kind of a must-win. And they need the 10 points for champs.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to all the scams, man. Now we getting some lit. We getting some lit shit on the line. Motherfuckers been scamming for our entertainment. Let's get it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is all scripted bullshit. What you guys didn't know is that even when me and Don used to play, the league said, yo, can you guys lose this so we can make it a little bit more interesting? We was like, what? Like, man, I'm gonna lose my spot. Like,
how much you paying me?
Nah, that was love of the game.
Hell yeah.
We're trying to make that. We're trying to make the. That's why OpTic are doing so bad. We're trying to make the esport more interesting. That's what they told us. Listen, I agree with Don about the FaZe. I don't really have anything. I'm still going to sit here and say FaZe are going to take Major 3 even if they finish 0-5 because that's the type of team they are. Do they look good right now? No. But have we seen this before online? Yeah, we've seen it multiple amount of times. You know, do I think they're going to go to be in winners bracket? Yeah, for sure. If they're not, then, you know, I apologize. You know what fucks up if they're not in winners bracket? It fucks up all the other teams that are on the champs run because now they've got an absolute titan in front of them. Like, listen, if I'm a team that needs 10 points or these points to make champs,
FaZe losers round 1, I'm calling it a day.
Listen, if I'm any loser bracket team and I got to play FaZe round 1 and I'm trying to make my champs run, you can go suck a dick. Like, I'm so dead. I'm beating up Simp on
That's the shit that happened to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm beating up Simp on the day, bro.
The last event in MW2, if we had an easier bracket, I swear we would have got top 4. But we literally played only the top 4 teams at chance. We played Surge losers round 1, 3-0'd them. Or no, we played FaZe in winners bracket, lost. Then we played fucking Surge in losers round 1, 3-0'd their shit, and then played New York, who won the fucking turn. And FaZe and New York were in grand finals.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, can we get one little freebie? Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, imagine pulling up to an event, you're like, fuck, boys, like, we just got tucked in this qualifiers. Like, listen, let's make a run on land. You just got fucking Simpa Beezy selling Draza just stood in front of you. Draza's flexing on main. Like, I'm just going home. I'm not even showing up. Like, it's pointless. I'll get ready for Major 4. Got to be gonna do better quals then.
So the thing with FaZe is, like, they do
it on purpose, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they never get battered either. You know, like, FaZe never just get smoked. They always lose hella close if they lose.
How many times, Rab, have we seen FaZe in loser bracket second half of the year? I'm telling you, they do it on purpose.
Yeah, they honestly just, like, they can't be asked for this online shit anymore. They'll just see you at LAN. They've already got enough points. And maybe seeding for champs doesn't matter that much. I mean, they've still got like a 50-point cushion on Thieves, but Thieves have been killing it online. They won the minor, so they might.
First or second seed for champs doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, it
in
doesn't
my
really
opinion.
matter much.
Maybe they want to win. Maybe they want to like just get the seeding points, just because wouldn't it be like the 5th year in a row that they finished first in the league?
Yeah, I remember we talked about that on the shows before the year even started, like whether FaZe would win again as the #1 seed for the season. It's like a vanity metric. Like, I don't really think it matters much. Like, people just care about who won champs, right? Like, no one's going back to the World War II season and saying, oh, well, wow, OpTic were number 1 in the season standings for stage 2, like, or they were joint first. Like, nobody cares. Top
Like I said,
24
I also
champs.
feel like they're just bored of online. Like, obviously, it's not an excuse, but when you're that good, like, bro, there's no way a Bees is just sat there, just running left, right, rhubarb, just getting like tucked, just running at people, dropping 35 deaths in a game. Like, it just don't happen.
That would just spice up
Like-
the champs race, you know.
And like
Make
the
it
funny
interesting,
thing
give
is
Miami a
that
little
the funny
10.
thing is that they're smiling after as well. Like they just smile. Like they know how good they are, and they know they're playing bad COD online. Like you said, Don, you won't catch Simp having 3 games like this again. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those things that if I'm a team that's struggling, I'm just infuriated because like we're struggling, getting fucking. I'm stressing out my fucking marbles trying to make champs, and FaZe just laughing after after Abuzi drops 35 deaths. He just got a grin on his face. Like.
I think this one like was probably a little. The thing is, FaZe historically, whenever they lose, they'll always come back their next series and just fry like bad. So I think that's the concern for Falcons, and I know that Draza, like he definitely thinks about it as like, all right. Draza hates losing, man. Like, there's no... Draza would never be... You'll never see Draza smiling after a loss. Not in a million years. Like, if he loses, he's pissed. So, I think they'll come back different. We'll see. But both their series next week are exciting.
That was the gimmick. Like, you know, we had it in our London team. Like, if we were playing FaZe next week in our matches and they lost, like,
It's
the
over.
week before... it was like, boys, like... we're fucked. Like we're actually fucked.
Yeah.
Like you can't like
lube up, lads. Like it's gonna be.
You
bad.
you can't be the team that goes against FaZe that loses the online match. You know, fuck FaZe lost, boys. And like Dom's just sat there going, well, we're fucked. Like, obviously we're joking, but like that was just the gimmick. Like FaZe just come different after they lose 2 on the bounce. Like 1, you don't really see them lose 2 on the bounce. They just come out and smoke the next member.
That's what they do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have pretty much covered all the topics of the day. It has been a pleasure, as always, to be joined by all of you live here on the YouTube, after the fact on Spotify. Drop a little 5-star review if you fancy. We would appreciate it. Gents, it's been good to have your company again. This upcoming weekend's going to be fascinating. It's going to paint the picture of who gets into the winners bracket, going into Boca Raton. And also what it looks like for the World Championship and whether we're going to have any more roster drama on the table as well, which might well be necessary. Don, pleasure to have your company as always. Hope you have a good push day tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
guys.
just before we close out the stream, 290 likes. Can we please make it to 300 before we end the stream? That would be fantastic. 300 likes, 1,000+ viewers all show. It's been an absolute goddamn pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. Appreciate all you guys subbing to the channel as well. We're going for 100k. You guys can see the live number in the bottom right hand side of the screen that stays live during the show. I know we picked up a lot of new subs lately because of the great content the boys have been putting out on the main stuff, but obviously we've got the live streams running too. So,
and also every goddamn Monday, like we said, someone said Temp should be main man here. Well, lucky for you, Donnie Temp is main man here on a Monday show. He is main man here. So come back next Monday and Donnie Temp will be here again.
I'll be here again.
Just make sure you sub to the channel.
that's what I'm
You know?
saying. If you don't sub, then Don don't come back. That's the rules.
We appreciate all the super chats and all the donations today. You guys are killing it. Probably made over like $50 in donations. I did have to get shirtless for one of them. So,
Worth
you know,
it.
if you want to see more of that, we're going to have to get a nice, we're going to have to get
Next
a
time
minute
it's going to be more than 5.
I felt
You got me
degraded.
shirtless. Sheesh. Now we're talking.
You close this out, Rab, or do you want me to do?
Now you can close this out. I'm down. Run it up.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Are you off it?
Another successful dope check. We appreciate everyone that tuned in today. Like Rab said, listening on Spotify. Make sure you join the Generational Haters Club on Twitter too. That's been taken off. We've got a lot of people, like, a lot of members in there. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for regular uploads of the dope check every single Monday. We do pre-shows every single Friday, so make sure you keep up with those. We appreciate you guys for tuning in again. It's been an absolute fantastic show. Shout out to everyone that listens on Spotify, who watches the YouTube video after we've done the main podcast,
Leaves a comment.
after it being live.
Always appreciate
Yeah, make sure you give it a comment, a like,
in
even
the
a dislike.
comments.
We don't care. Yeah, we don't care. We appreciate you all from me, Donnie Temp, Tactical Rab. It's an absolute pleasure. We'll see you Friday for the pre-show, and we'll see you Monday for the next episode of Don't Check. See you guys later.
Take care, guys.
Peace.